I'm streaming. I don't even know if I'm ready though. Oh yeah. What is going to happen today? Okay. Everything seems to be Gucci. I'm gonna turn that off. It could be bad today. I ain't gonna lie. Today could possibly be a bad day. We'll find out though. What? Oh my god. I'm not looking forward to this. Dude, there were no good cookie tier lists, bro. Yo, when was Gucci Mane? I was gonna do cookie tier list, but I don't know. People were lacking on here, bro. Nobody had like a decent like Nest, not even like a Nestle. This was gonna start a civil war. You know what? It's already too late. I almost didn't do a tier list. I was thinking about just calling it, but I was like, you know what, dude? I think I want the smoke, bro. I think I want the smoke. I do think this will go fairly fast. I was beginning to think you weren't streaming. You know what? I almost didn't. Not that because I was tired, bro. It's just like I thought we would have a lot more. I mean, we have a ton of tier lists. Don't get me wrong. Yo, Pro, what's Gucci, my brother? How are you? Yo, RR, what's good? What's good? Yo, I ain't gonna lie. We have a lot of options for tier lists, but part of me feels like, dude, I was about to do like a Pokemon tier list, but only like the 151, like the 151. But I'm like, I don't know. Is that a good one? You know, because like I want other people to get involved. You know, not just us. You know, not just the shit we like. But it's like, dude, I tried to do a cookie tier list, right? And it just, no one makes a good tier list, bro. Like everyone's like I don't know. There's either a boomer tier list where it's like just a boomer tier list, which is cool. I'm with that too. Or there's like a super young cat made a tier list. So it's like I'm getting like a tier list on like all the best Little Debbie snacks, which isn't a bad one. But I'm like, dude, for all the young people, they're going to be completely thrown off. They don't know what the fuck Little Debbie snacks are. You know what I'm saying? But then there'll be like a young one that just like does his favorite fucking cookies. And it's like just Oreo and like all his favorite shit. So it's like, I need to start learning how to make these on my own eventually. Yeah, I feel like people don't really like, obviously people have their own favorites, you know, but I do feel like we've done a lot of the major, like the big tier. Like, okay, for example, I had a couple options and I'm willing to change. But I do feel like this might start a civil war. Yeah, it's true. Like me, I know I fuck with Oreos. Chips Ahoy is like a solid B. Like it's like not a great cookie. It's not an amazing cookie. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna do ice cream flavors. Yeah, we're doing consoles. King, we are doing video game consoles, dude. I personally think that this won't be as bad as we think it is. Personally. If we Chips Ahoy Chewy, yo, the Chips Ahoy Chewies are pretty goated though. See, that's what I'm saying, bro. So no one, for whatever reason, no one made an extensive list of like good cookies. And I think that shit bothered me. I was like, dude, I'm sick and tired of like settling for less with these tier lists, dude. I have some controversial takes on consoles. So do I. Winboy, you have controversial takes on everything. But you know what? That's what makes it interesting. I will say things to look out for here. Obviously, everything is pretty much in play. Nostalgia is going to hit hard, of course, for a lot of people. But I think a big one, like to actually hone it down to get out of your like nostalgia, is just gaming catalog. You know what I'm saying? Like the actual game catalog. Or maybe even like the very few games that actually were hitters. So I noticed you see stuff like SNK. Like we're not going to do SNK. It's too niche. Even though I knew a couple people who had one, it's just way too niche. That's the thing. I have zero nostalgia goggles. So when I argue, people get emotional and less objective. I mean, I feel like everything though. I feel like everything in general is definitely from a, like, like I'm not saying you do, but I'm saying like, it's very hard to take off your nostalgia goggles because really, based on your judgment and your decision making, or your love for that console, most of it is derived from, you know what I'm saying, like your nostalgia, right? I hate on a lot of the shit from my childhood. That's crazy. That's crazy. I find it hard. Like I have to like forcefully hate stuff from my childhood just so I can get like a better outlook though. You know what I'm saying? Like for example, I talked about this before. What there was something I was talking about and I was like, look, I understand that I love this, but I can also understand why many will not. You know what I'm saying? Like I always try to keep that fucking perspective of like as much as I can. I mean, other than Virtual Boy, Nintendo never made less than A-level console / handheld. I don't know about that, pro. Less than A? So you're saying the Wii U is an A. Virtual Boy was trash. You think the Wii U is goated? That's a crazy take because I actually thought the Wii U wasn't that goated. I think the Wii U now, I feel like when it first launched, the Wii U wasn't that great. Never got into the Wii or Wii U. I will say, when the Wii U first launched, what the fuck? I have something stuck in my throat. I would say when the Wii U first launched, it wasn't that well received. Whoa. Sorry guys, I took a fat bong rip, dude. Yeah, I feel like the Wii U wasn't that well received. I think now the Wii U is really highly collectible. It's the smallest catalog of, it might have the smallest catalog. I took the fattest bong rip before I started this. Oh my god. I may have like ate something, like I don't know what the fuck just I inhaled. I'm about to die on stream right now. As I was saying, I think the Wii U may have the smallest game catalog out of all the consoles now. I know it's highly collectible. That is, damn bro, don't die on stream is crazy. Poor Wii U, loved mine, but they made it portable and called it a Switch success. I will say, I thought it was super innovative, the Wii U. I don't know if I would call it an A tier console. I think I'd probably place it in B, which is crazy. But I mean, we can judge that for ourselves, right? I think there's a lot of consoles on here that currently aren't the very best. Virtual Boy was dog shit. I didn't get a chance to own it though. Wii U did that. Wii U had the exclusive Bayonetta. Wii U also had Monster Hunter. They had a Monster Hunter game on there that was really, really good. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. They're like, I feel like the PSP Go is pretty dog shit. Nintendo has a lot of innovative. I'd say Nintendo might be the most innovative for sure. But they definitely have some flops. for sure. But I actually think personally, my heart of hearts, I actually think that we'll actually agree on a lot here. Has entire GameCube and Wii library though through physical games. It's actually fire. Just launch was rough. PSP Go ironically aged the best of all the OG PSP models. I would say the Vita did. Personally, I think the Vita has a crazy following right now. Like, dude, people were hacking. Like, dude, I wanted a Vita maybe like 2-3 years ago. Vita is not the OG though. No, understood. But I'm saying, like, as far as like the PSP, like I use my PSP a lot. My Sony PSP, I use it a lot. I will say I never had a Vita, right? It was the one generation that I missed out on was a PlayStation Vita. And I remember like 2 years ago, I was like, I want a fucking Vita, dude. Because everyone was hacking their Vitas, dude. And like getting like, you could play like old PlayStation games on your Vita. Is actually really, really cool. So many good mods. No, Pro, you're absolutely right. That is the sequel. I know what you're saying though. That's the sequel. Well, I mean, shit. PlayStation 5 is a sequel too. You know what I'm saying? Okay. But without further ado, I think everybody in here, dude, bro, I hear the emulation on Vita is crazy, dude. Like crazy. Wii U couldn't play GameCube games from disc. Wait, one of them could though, couldn't they? Only modded. Oh, okay. Listen, I have a Wii U, and the Wii U is actually, if you mod that thing, that shit's actually kind of gangster too though. I was actually looking into modding those, dude, and there's crazy like Reddit communities and shit for like modding like your Wii U and stuff. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think Nintendo cracked down on that shit though. So I don't know. Only modded, that's crazy that it's just a firmware flash. Oh, okay. I don't know if it was, I'm pretty sure it was the Wii U that they cracked down on. I don't think you can mod Wii U's anymore. I mean, I think you can, but I don't think it's as easy as before. I believe the homebrew software, like, I don't know. I remember reading, because I was going to mod my Wii U like 2-3 years ago. And I remember they're like, oh no, like something came out, like it updated randomly. I did just a few months ago. Okay, cool. Because I was reading some shit. It could have just been like fearware, like fearmonger or some shit. But they were saying they're like a little bit harder to mod now because Nintendo started cracking down on like some of like the homebrew shit. I modded my 2DS and that's a freaking banger. Like, let's be honest. I think the 2DS is a freaking fantastic. I modded the shit out of that. I have like every 3DS game known to man. That's why I sold all of my 3DS like hard card. Modded switches are harder to crack. Now, yes, I've heard that too. I actually kept my first model Switch. I have like the base launch model of my Switch. I kept it. I could have turned it in to get like an OLED, but I kept it because I know that one's like one of the easier ones to actually mod, right? OG NES. Modded switches are harder to crack now. Who else started out on OG and Game Boy? I also have the launch Switch. Love it. Yeah, it's something about that Winboy. I think they had talked about that. They had talked about that those are like one of the easier ones to mod. I think now it's a lot harder depending on which update you have. But the newer model of Switch, it's like almost impossible, right? I don't like to say impossible because I know there's some whiz kids out there that actually, you know what I'm saying, can do it. But King, I started off, I had experience with the NES, absolutely. Just because the NES was like a hand-me-down from family. And we eventually, my parents eventually, I think our Super Nintendo might have been a hand-me-down too. The ones that I officially remember are my Super Nintendo and probably my Sega Genesis. I think that's not Sega CD though. I don't have any experience with Sega CD. The OG Switch is actually impossible to patch. It's a physical exploit, so they can't update physical parts, obviously. Oh, so that's why it's like the way to go. There were so many people on like Reddit streams and shit where like, dude, if you have a launch Switch, like people were like trying to buy other people's launch Switches just because it's like easily modded. That's why it's worth more. Yes. Yeah. Vibes. Okay, listen, I'm super green around the collar when it comes to like the modding shit. Like I barely modded my 2DS maybe like four or 5 years ago, some shit like that. The only reason I liked PSP Go is because I modded it and a bunch of games for free. Oh, nice, 22. Okay, without further ado, I think this one will be quick today, guys. I think this one will be quick. I actually think, as much as I said get ready to fight, I think we'll actually agree on a lot here, personally. Without further ado, this is Tuesday tier list. I'm sorry for being late. I was late today. My wife Sui actually has the full week off. She has the whole week off, which is great. My first console was Genesis. Mine was Genesis as well, I think. Sui actually has the whole week off. So, you know, we went to Costco. Got a couple Glizzertons, you know what I'm saying? Did a little bit of shopping. Did a little bit of Christmas decor shopping. She likes to decorate for Christmas a little early, but I digress. All right, chat. Y'all know the rules. Everybody gets one vote. I count the votes and we move on from there. This one will be a fairly quick one today. I don't think this will take very long, personally. I think that we'll actually all be in one accord on many things. But I'm going to, on a note of glizzies, do find the older you get, the more you enjoy them. Hell yeah, dude. Pro, it's crazy you say that. Sorry, chat. It's going to be more of a talkative stream than actually judging things. Funny you say that, Pro. Was it yesterday, Sui, where I was like, I feel like having a glizzy? Yesterday night. Damn, pause. That's horrible. I mean, yesterday night, we're like chilling, right? We're watching a movie, dude. And I was like, you know what sounds hella good right now? A fucking hot dog, dude. Like a certified Oscar Mayer, dude. Like a Frank, dude. Low-key, older I get, more I want to eat hot dog. I mean, hot dogs are goated, bro. I mean, we're talking about quite possibly the perfect percentage between meat and bun. Pause. Resume, right? I mean, listen, it could be the perfect snack. But I digress. Okay, here we go, chat. Nothing beats a QT roller on the way home from the bar. Hey, listen, dude, listen. Nothing beats like my primos out there on the freaking grill, dude, the bacon wrapped hot dog. After a couple brewskis with the boys, dude, slamming on a bacon glizzy while you're walking the streets like high-key drunk. It's impossible to have a mature conversation about glizzies. Oh, it's possible. Okay. Listen, when you're out in the movies, listen, the hot dog makes you, we should have done a hot dog tier list, dude. We should have did a glizzy tier list. A glizzy is good in any environment, bro. At the park, eat a glizzy. Watching a new movie, eat a fucking glizzy, dude. At the ball game, bases are loaded. My hand is loaded with a fat glizzy, dude. You said pause like 5 times. I know, you're not wrong. Yo, Roro, what's Gucci? Can we low-key fire idea? Okay, but like, see, here's my thing. I have good idea for tier lists, and then we actually do them. Or I'll actually like search the website for like a glizzy tier list. Whack, bro. Cause like, dude, cause I mean, keep it a stack. There's not really like a lot of fast food like hot dog places. But there's also like, I mean, what we got? Bar S, Oscar Mayer, you know what I'm saying? We got some Casper joints. A baseball glizzy is goated though. Factuals. But you know what, dude? Let's do a speed run tier list. How about that? I feel like it might be impossible, but I think we should still try it. Okay, chat. How many people grew up with a console I like to call the NES? Game Boy is a B. Game Boy is B? Oh, Game Boy. Okay, listen. Right here. Okay, listen. The NES, baby. Okay, we're talking Legend of Zelda. I want to say the very first Legend of Zelda, right? Yo, Fatsy, the family goes crazy. I didn't play it, though. But the family goes bonkers. NES, we got Super Mario Brothers 3. We have Legend of Zelda. We have Duck Hunt. Bro, I used to go Yo, true story. At my elementary school, dude, they had like, I don't want to say it was a special ed classroom. Was it special ed? It might have been special ed. I'm trying to remember if it was. Well, anyways, there was a classroom in my elementary school, and the special ed teacher had an NES. And I don't know if he didn't like doing his job or not, but dog, during lunchtime, me and my homies would go to his classroom and we'd be like, hey bro, can we play the video game? And like all the special ed students who weren't really like special, there was like maybe one or two that were actual special ed. The rest were just like, you know, kids who were like bad kids who couldn't pay attention in class. And they'd all be playing Legend of Zelda and Duck Hunt on the NES. And I'd be like, yo, can we get in on that? And I used to play in there with all the delinquents, dude. It's crazy. Yo, what's good, Mission? Castlevania, yes. King, Castlevania. It's an A for a lot of reasons, but it legit saved video games from going extinct. Look up the video game crash of 1983. Gaming was all but considered dead until Shigeru Miyamoto and his plumbers saved it. I mean, dude, arguably, I'm willing to give this an S. I personally think it's an S. This is the birth of like so many like iconic games. We're talking Mario, the birth of Mario, the birth of Donkey Kong, the birth of Legend of Zelda, Castlevania. I mean, this is an easy S, correct? Contra, Punch Out, Double Dragon, Decaf with the hitters. I mean, dude, Contra went crazy on the NES, dude. Yo, listen, I'm gonna do us a favor. I'm gonna put this in S. Unless anyone cares to disagree, I think the NES, the dawn of the video game, the angry video game nerd made a whole career on the mountain of garbage on this thing. A, not S? Because you had to do a ritual to get it to work. You know what, King? King, it's an A? Okay, listen, I'll put it in A. But I mean, this is definitely, I mean, okay, it's dated. But you did have to give it a crazy blowy just to get it started. Okay, let's do A. Not as bad as that. Yo, stop. Yo, Decaf. Decaf, you're making a valid point right now, dude. And it should be considered, dude. Yeah, I mean, you had to give that thing crazy head, dude. Okay, we'll go A. I think it's A. I think it'll be a low A, personally. Okay, we're not gonna do Sega Master System, so I'm just gonna do Sega. So, where's it at? Where is it at? This says, oh, right here. The Sega Genesis, dude. No. Yeah, let's do Sega Genesis first. I didn't really fuck with the Master System. It was the NES equivalent, you think? See, like, I don't know. I didn't have a lot of money back then. The Genesis was against the SNES? Oh, you're talking generation. Listen, okay, here we go. Fatsy, I see your S. I'll remember it. The Sega Master System, yo, give me a W in the chat if you actually experienced the Sega Master System. I personally did not. But I am curious to see who has actually experienced this. Dark says nope. Winboy says W. I don't even think I can name one game on the Sega Master System. No, Fatsy, we will get to the Genesis. Yeah, I don't even think I can name one game on here. Was Sonic on here? Favorite game on the Sega Master System? Oh, no. Wait, someone said Sega Master System. Oh, no, Winboy, I never touched. Oh, you said why not the Master System? I never touched. Yeah, so the reason why I put it down here is because I feel like the NES kind of ruled that generation, personally, in my opinion. I think the NES like kind of like shadowed the Sega Master System. I could be wrong. I just know that a lot of my homies, when I was super young, never had a Sega Master System. They all had an NES. Like everybody had an NES. NES ran that shit. Okay, we're gonna go. I guess we could do Sega CD, but I kind of like. Okay, we're gonna say it failed, but it was the number 2. Facts. Okay, here we go. Sega Genesis, chat. I want to say this was probably my first real experience with video games. I had experienced the NES. The Sega Genesis was like the first gaming console I think I ever had. Like point blank period. It was the first gaming console in my opinion that I actually like experienced gaming. As far as the catalog goes, it has a pretty gnarly catalog. I remember playing Sonic. I remember playing Vector Man. I remember playing some of the X-Men games. We're like super goated on here. Correct me if I'm wrong. But also, I am willing to, listen, Fatsy says this is an S. I'm willing to give it an A. My brother said Battletoads was goated. Double Dragon, I remember on Sega Genesis 2. I'm willing to do like an A-B. Only Sega game I really played was Toe Jam and Earl on Sonic. Earthworm Jim? Are we ringing some fucking bells here? What else was on the Sega? Off rip, I'm thinking Earthworm Jim, Pitfall, Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic and Knuckles, dude. Vector Man. What else? X-Men. Fuck, dude. Some Power Rangers. No, was Power Rangers on there? I don't think it was. It's not as good as. No, definitely not. Okay, listen. I already know where I'm putting the SNES. I'm gonna tell you this shit. I'm telling you, it's not as good as the NES, and it had literal life support hardware at the end of its life. 32X, the Sega CD, were made for it just because Sega didn't want to make a new console. Dragon Ball Z Boo was cool. Damn, yo, you had those ports, Decaf? Wait, well, understood, but I guess I am trying to pull on like people who actually I have issues with the Sega CE. Well, I guess what I'm trying to pull on is like not just like not just the consoles, who's vibing with the Sega type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Granted, Sega was definitely the second to Nintendo, I feel like, in this era. Michael Jackson's Moonwalker went crazy. Fuck. Yo, I feel like there might have been more. I'm just a Sega fanboy, super biased. I'm willing to give Sega like a B. This is a tough one for me, man. I love Sonic and Mega Man. Yo, was Mega Man on the Sega Genesis though? I can concede to an A. I think, you know what? Wasn't it? I don't know if Mega Man was on the Sega Genesis. It's a really good question though. No, I don't think so. You know what, Fatsy? I don't think so either, but I'm willing to bet that there might be like a rare instance in which Mega Man actually might have released for the Sega Genesis. I'm going to put it in B. It's not a terrible console. I would say it's a high B. It was, but not the same game. Let's look up Mega Man Sega Genesis. This is actually something we could all learn here, because I want to say that seems very out of the ordinary, but I have this weird feeling like at that time they were just trying to push it. Let's see. Oh, dude. Yes, the Wily Wars, bro. Yo, stop. And that's one of the better games, bruh. Yo, the Sega Genesis had Mega Man the Wily Wars, dude. And this game was actually mad goated, bro. Yo, this game has to be worth like a pretty penny. This game, it was better on the NES. This game has to be worth a pretty penny, bro. Look at this, bro. Absolutely wild. Okay, let's look up. Okay, I'm gonna look up Mega Man and the Wily Wars. Did that ever? What can you play that on? Like, what was the major consoles of that game? Okay, here we go. Okay, it came out for releases Mega Drive and Genesis. So this just never came out for the NES or the Super Nintendo at all, period. Yeah, the Mega Drive consoles, well, interesting. Look, I had a feeling, bro. I definitely played that, says Pro. Fatsy says Switch. Okay, honestly, dude, I might make Sega Genesis an A now, just based. I bet you there's a lot of Sega Genesis games we're just not remembering, but let's see. This is actually fun, chat. To me, this is probably more of a selfish stream than anything. Wait, Wily Wars is not an original game for the Sega Genesis? It said it only came out for Sega and Mega Drive. Let me see. Yeah, Michael Jackson, Moonwalker. What else we got on here, dude? Sonic 2, Spider-Man, I remember Toe Jam and Earl, X-Men, Streets of Rage 3. Yo, Sega Genesis might be a fucking A-tier console for sure. Gunstar Heroes. Oh, dude. Now I'm getting nostalgia, dude. Comic Zone was goated. Gunstar Heroes, Fatsy, yeah. Champions was kind of dog shit. Earthworm Jim was legitimate, for surely. I mean, dude, we got some bangers here, dude. Phantasy Star was huge. I personally didn't like it. Aladdin was really good. I know you're right. I'm not gonna get lost in the nostalgia sauce. I won't. I promise. But I will say, there is definitely a lot of Golden Axe. Is that Super? No. We got Ghouls and Ghosts, but NES did that. Super NES did that one way better. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I think it's an A-tier console. The Sega Genesis is obviously an A-tier console. B is like doing it a disservice personally. I mean, Sonic, that's where Sonic, you know what I'm saying? Like, Gunstar Heroes was a banger, Fatsy. I remember that thing. Altered Beast was dog shit. A lot of people like that game, but I like dog shit. Sonic alone puts it in an A. Yeah, I agree. Okay, Sega Genesis is going to A. I'm taking way too long. I'll put it behind the NES, though it might be before it. Okay, chat. Listen, I'm going to go ahead and answer for everybody here and say the Super Nintendo, they did have Madden on Sega Genesis. Oh, on the NES? Yes, they did. Yeah, this is a solid S. The Super Nintendo is an S tier console, 100%. Yeah, no ifs, ands, or buts. The Super Nintendo is an absolute S tier console. We can look up games for the Super Nintendo, but off rip, I'm gonna name a couple. The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past is one of the best games ever made. Super Metroid is one of the best games ever made. You can play Super Metroid right now, and is still one of the best 2D platformers ever fucking created. Point blank, period. Super Ghouls and Ghosts was super gangster. Killer Instinct was crazy good, decaf. Yeah, Mega Man X was goated. I mean, bro, the best of Mega Man is on Super Nintendo. Super Nintendo is one of my favorite consoles of all time. Listen, did you have to give it a freaking blowy to get started sometimes? Absolutely yes, but you know what? That is a blowy that is well deserved, because most of the Super Nintendo games on this console were absolutely some of the best experiences ever. And that's not just nostalgia. Listen, when a game beats nostalgia, it's when you can go back and play those games right now and you'll still have a good time. You know what I'm saying? But hey, for the sake of, because they're all gonna get this, let's just, you know what? Let's just look at some classics here. Bada bing, bada boom, bro. Listen, say Lesserton. What do we have here? Let this shit load up real quick. I mean, bro. Super Mario World Yoshi's Island, chat? It's A tier console at best. Yo, you're tripping. Castlevania 4, Super Metroid, Zelda, Link to the Past, Super Mario, Zombies Ate My Neighbors, Star Fox. Star Fox, bro? Hell yeah, dude. Kirby's Dream Land, goated. I mean, bro, like, Super Mario Kart was really fucking good. Like, come on. What else we got? Yo, we should have did a Super Nintendo game tier list, bro. Super Tennis. I mean, bro, it's goated. Can we listen? Yo, this is what I'm willing to do. Is there anybody in chat that doesn't agree that the Super Nintendo is not S tier? I'm willing to hear that actually. If the SNES is an A, then an S doesn't exist. Yep, the purple see-through was sick. Damn, the purple. Remember the cards, bro? Yo, dude, y'all remember Maximum Carnage, the Spider-Man game? And that shit was fucking like, dude, when that shit was red, it came with a red cart, dude. That shit was crazy. Like, absolutely crazy. Blew my heart out on my cartridge. Bro, just went crazy, just blowing it crazy, dude. Donkey Kong Country King, Mega Man, Mario RPG. Yeah, it's goated, bro. Listen, we're gonna move out. We're gonna move on, dude. That shit's absolutely goated. Super Castlevania was really good too. I actually went back and played Super Castlevania not too long ago, dude, and did an absolute. This was back in games were still at Blockbuster too. Oh, bro, listen, we're just getting started, bro. We have so many good fucking renditions here. Okay, it's agreed. Super Nintendo, listen, is an S tier console. No offense or buts. Okay, the Game Boy. Very controversial. I don't know if I don't know if I would say the Game Boy is an S. I think it's pretty awesome. I think it'd be like an A. Pro says a B. I would say like a low A. Tetris. I mean, you had a couple of games on there, but personally, it didn't keep me on it very long. I maybe played like 3 games of Tetris and I was like, fuck this shit. But you do got to keep in mind the Game Boy was still able to play like Pokemon Red and Pokemon Blue. Though it was a little dated, you could still play those games like on that. It's the portability and looking sick at school. I mean, listen, if you're carrying this brick house in your fucking pocket, dude, then you're a real OG. Use less batteries than the Game Gear. Yeah, dude. Yo, Fatsy, how many batteries did the Game Gear have? Like fucking 6, right? I mean, actually, Fatsy made a really good fucking point. How many batteries did this bad boy have? Like 3 or 4? It might have been 4. No way it was just 2. No way 2 batteries powered this fucking powerhouse. Power Rangers on the Game Gear was goated too. 4 AAAs. Decaf, are you correct on that? Wario Land King, yo, hitter, banger. I personally want to say, dude, I remember, bruh. 6 AA's for Game Gear. Yeah, 6 on each side, right? Remember that? 4 AA for Game Boy. Low A is, I think a low A is good. Listen. Yeah, I think a low A is good. Actually, even a high B. Like a lot of people trip out as like B being a terrible tier. B is not a terrible tier either. Like just because it's not A and S, it's like average. Yeah, I think low A is good. Just put it on S for me, dog. That was my child. No, Nintendo was my childhood too, but not so much as Game Boy Color. But we'll get into that. I don't think we need to get into SNES Gen 2. I think that's kind of already established. Okay, since we did the Game Boy, we're going to have to do the Game Gear. Chat. I think we can easily all agree the Game Gear is probably a low B, if not high C. Yeah, I'm thinking like a C. I'm down to go C. Personally, it's just if we're talking about like the games were amazing. Don't get me wrong. I really enjoyed playing Sonic on my Game Gear. Like Tay said, the Power Ranger game was super fucking goated. There was a couple really good, like really cool games. Like I think Ninja Turtles was on there as well. But 6 fucking AA batteries, bro, is kind of crazy. Yeah. Okay, do you? So we move on. Let's try to be a little bit quicker for the sake of people's time here. Okay, I think we don't need the SNK is good. I personally had the Sega Genesis Gen 3, but I think we're gonna move on a little bit quicker. We're gonna do the Game Boy Color. Chat, I swear to God, I think the Game Boy Color might quite possibly might be an S. This might be an S tier handheld. Listen, we are talking like, I mean, Pokemon Red and Pokemon Blue in general, like, will make this an S tier console. Okay, I'm gonna put it in S, but I'm also gonna do a quick little vibe check on it. Okay, I'm gonna do a quick little vibe check on this thing because I know there's a lot of titles in here that we may have forgot. So let's just refresh the memory. You know what I'm saying? Let's look up Game Boy Color. And I think this played all the old Game Boy games too. Game Boy Color games, gang. Oh my God. Oh yeah, look. Okay, we got some hitters here. Oh man. Okay. I wish there was like a better list. Let me see. I wish we had like a photo list. That'd be better. I mean, just off rip, we have Wario Land 3. We have Legend of Zelda, the Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons. The Atomic Purple was goated. Oh, dude, hell yeah. I think I have the turquoise one. I still own my Crystal Purple Game Boy screen. Is scratched to shit. Dude, also Pokemon Crystal was on this. Wario Land, Super Mario Bros. I mean, fuck, dude. That Resident Evil Gaiden was on it, but it was dog shit. Grand Theft Auto, Mega Man Extreme 2, which I had. Suicune, dog. I'm telling you, bruh. Like absolute bangers, like straight bangers. What else we have? Super Mario Brothers Deluxe. A lot of the Wario games went absolutely crazy. We're talking all of the Pokemon games were on here. Pokemon Gold, Pokemon Crystal, Red, Blue, Yellow, Golden Sun, chat. I mean, that's the Game Boy Advance, but I don't think that you can't play that. No, Golden Sun's Game Boy Advance. Yeah, it's an S tier console. 100%. Yo, Coffin, what's Gucci, man? We're doing a console tier list. Yeah, I think we could all agree based off the Pokemons. Oh, look at this right here. Metal Gear Solid, Dragon Quest games, Legend of Zelda DX, and then obviously Seasons, Oracle Ages, Gallery, Game & Watch Gallery. I mean, shit, bro. I mean, just all the Pokemons, including Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Yeah. Goated. We move on. 2600S. Yo, what you got? Coffin, the Atari 2600 is S? Holy shit. I don't think I ever experienced that. Okay, this is, yeah. Yo, Legend of Zelda DX Fatsy is a banger. Okay, we all agree that's an S. Okay. We're about to get real controversial here, dude. We are now getting into like some serious territory here. I'm going to try not to judge you guys, but I may judge you guys, okay? But here we go. The Nintendo 64. The Nintendo 64, in my opinion. Wow. Okay. Okay. S don't care. You don't care, bro. You don't care. Oh, I thought you meant. Okay. Yeah. I mean, the Nintendo 64. We're talking GoldenEye. The very first Super Smash Brothers. Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, arguably one of the best games ever made. Y'all tripping. An A is crazy win, but hey, listen, I respect it. But I think the Nintendo 64 might absolutely, that's an easy ass. Star Fox 64, dude, what else? And 64 is a D22. You're tripping. Turok. Pokemon Stadium, dude. What? Only reason it's not an S is because a lot of the games on there are completely overrated. This is what I mean about emotion getting in the way of objectivity. Wait. I gotta know the definition of overrated. What? So would you say GoldenEye is an overrated game? The Nintendo 64 though? They were good at the time. It's not that time anymore. Try playing GoldenEye in 2025. I would say try playing Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time right now, and I would probably enjoy it. It's the most overrated console ever made. I mean, this is arguably maybe like the biggest jump in graphic fidelity in like gaming console history, no? I mean, what was before the Nintendo 64? So was the Nintendo, and it's in A? Conker's Bad Fur Day? I mean, bruh. I gotta say, bruh. I mean, it's an easy S. Everyone says it's S. But I do like to hear other people's opinion on this. Pull up the game list, bro says. Okay, there we go. Okay. I mean, you guys named a lot of the bangers if I were keeping it a stack. What? Okay. Okay, wait. I'm trying to pull up an image of like some of the better games. I mean, Super Smash Brothers, like the very first Super Smash Brothers is like some of the best like gaming experience of all time. Going over, they didn't cap it, the tech just couldn't handle it. GoldenEye 4-player split screen was revolutionary. Everyone says because they were cap technology in the 90s. Not judging you guys, I'm just saying it's not the 90s anymore. I feel like we can absolutely, yeah, they're not really giving me a good list here. I wish the list of Nintendo, like, 64 games were, okay, I'm just gonna have to go off the Wikipedia list, and that's just what we're gonna have to roll. Okay, we have, damn. I wish there was a better list here. Yeah, this isn't doing this justice, bro. I need photos, bruh. Oh, 20 N64 games that are still worth playing. Okay, let's look at this. Oh, no, that is a fucking YouTube video, dude. It had joystick. That alone makes it S. Yo, Oda! What's Gucci, Oda? Okay, here we go. This is the 100 best Nintendo 64 games of all time. Fighter's Destiny. Cruising USA was pretty lit. Okay. I never played Star Soldier. Bomberman 64 was good. World Driver, whatever the fuck that is. Never played this Akira looking ass game. I don't know. Listen. Yo, Blue Fox, appreciate the follow. I don't know, bruh. I feel like Mario Golf Fighting 464 was lit. Okay. Listen. Okay, keep in mind. This game actually came out for the PlayStation as well. I actually remember playing this game on the PlayStation and I had a better experience than the actual Nintendo 64. Personally. Sui says I could hear you from down the street. Okay. Bomberman Hero, Mortal Kombat 4. Okay. Space Age Silicon Valley. Tony Hawk Pro Skater, like I said, okay, maybe listen, I'm not conceding. I think it's still an S. But I do remember most of my experience with like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater and Fighting Force. I do remember that being a better experience on the PlayStation. Personally, Winback was an amazing game. I love this game, dude. This is a banger. It was the first console to have a joystick that's revolutionized gaming. You know, Pro, I hear you. A lot of people, I mean, definitely innovation at hand, and obviously Nintendo always tries to do things a little bit different. But Winback is an absolute banger. Like a crazy banger. Mario Party, dude. Okay, dude, what the fuck? Mario Party, listen, this console had 4 plugins for your controllers, right? N64 overrated console in my opinion, says Spumoni. Everyone's saying it. Dude, yo, Spumoni coming in with the overrated console. Damn. Listen. Jet Force Gemini, Vigilante 8, Kirby 64. I had this game. I mean, listen, I am open. Like I said, I am always open to hear, like, Pokemon Snap was good. Yoshi's Story, okay. Granted, well, yeah. Pokemon Stadium, Player's Choice, dog. Million Seller. Okay, now I'm just glazing. But seriously, this was a great system. To put this system, what can you really put this system in A? Though I do understand it could be a little overrated. I understand Spumoni and Winboy saying it's overrated, it is overly loved, right? But does that still justify it being an A tier console? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no. Granted, yeah, no, you actually said it was like A. You know what I'm saying? Like A. But I'm trying to say, so the same way I get out of my like obviously I love, like, everything is subjective in the end, right? I love certain things, but I'm also willing to be like, okay, let me zoom out and let me try to understand why. You know what I'm saying? Like why? Like even if I zoom out, is the N64 still like not an S tier console? I guess that's my question. I am willing, listen, I'm double-sided. I am willing to hear arguments based on why it may not be an S tier console. And that is kind of what I'm looking for, because I think the majority of chat says it's definitely an S tier. But like even B says it's an A tier console. Spumoni says it's a little overrated. What's the number 1 on that game list you have there? Okay, let's go find out. Yo, Rogue Squadron went Pokemon Stadium 2. Rogue Squadron went crazy. I remember getting that for Christmas. Mario Party 2. Okay, Banjo-Kazooie. Yo, this game was dog shit. Okay, let's go all the way to the... Oh, yo, Mega Man 64 was absolute dog shit too, but weirdly loved. Okay, number 1 game. Well, we'll do the top. Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. This is what I think Hydro Thunder put me on to go check the waterfalls. I will say the reason why this deserves to be in S tier is because this gave birth to a game called Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. This also gave birth to a game called Legend of Zelda The Majora's Mask, right? Overrated game. I mean, fuck, dude. You guys are trying to make me fucking crash out right now. You guys are trying to make me crash out, dude. Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time is arguably one of the best games ever made, personally, in my opinion. Call me over, say I'm a glazer, say maybe I'm overrating this game. This game is one of the best games ever made, dude, okay? Exploration, A1. I mean, just levels above, right? I'm surprised Majora's Mask isn't on here. Golden Eyes, number 5. Diddy Kong Racing was kind of Super Smash Brothers. I mean, Resident Evil 2. I don't know if I would call that N64 experience. Star Fox 64. I mean, listen. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Paper Mario. I forgot about Paper Mario's Harvest Moon. I mean, shit, dude. Okay, I feel like the top 20 should be like some of the best. Ogre Battle 64 is really good. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing though. Right there, Majora's Mask. Granted, I wasn't old enough to actually complete Majora's Mask, but it did scare the fuck out of me. Duke Nukem 64. Okay, listen, let's move on. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I personally think, okay, chat, here's what we're gonna do. We're actually gonna judge on this one. If you think the Nintendo 64 is an A tier console, give me an A in the chat. If you think it's an S tier console, give me an S in the chat. I'm willing to see where this goes. Really. Shoes and Socks Bot says it's a B. Okay, we got 2 A. We got 3 A's, 2 S's, 1 B. Shoes and Socks. You can change your rating. Well, Shoes and Socks probably is like. Okay, we got 2 S's, 3 A's. This goes A, I'm out. Coffin says if this, okay, we got 3 S's. Oh no, Coffin did it twice on accident. We have 1, 2, 3 S's, 3 A's. It's tied currently. Does anybody want to break this? Does anybody want to break this? Nah, gotta be like 7 awesome games. The whole catalog is pretty mid. Damn, yo, Shu says the whole catalog's pretty mid. Like 7 awesome games, he says. So here we go. We got 1, 2, 3. That's 3 A's. 1, 2, 3 S's. No one's gonna vote? I'm gonna vote then. If no one votes, going once. Going twice. Okay, well, I'm going to bet. I'm going to say only people who didn't play it, working at a retro store is fun. Only people who didn't play, give it an A. Okay, now you guys got me in my head. Do I want to give it an S or an A? You know what? We need to move on. We need to move on. I'm going to give it. Now your mods are fighting. Listen, listen, chat. If there's anything to fight over, I know they're not really fighting, but if there's anything to like have strong opinions over, it's definitely video games. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to give a high A. At the end, I may change that. I'll give it a high A. Max, it's an S. Oh, Pro, did you vote? Oh, Pro just ended it. Pro just said it's an S. Okay, well, it's over. There you go. Well, Pro, well, there you go. You were the last vote. They voted twice? No. Did he? No. I thought I saw Pro. Oh, no. Pro did vote. You know what? I'm going to put it in S because I count today. Okay? I voted twice. No, Pro did say he voted twice. Okay, listen. I'll put it in A because I personally think it's an A. Super Smash Brothers and Legend of Zelda. All the Pokemon games. I mean, come on. Come on. Okay. Listen. Give your boy. I don't even know if I want to use that as my one, though. I don't know if I want to use that as my one. Fuck. Okay, here we go. The Sony PlayStation 1 chat. We got to move on. The Sony PlayStation 1. I actually am willing to give this an A. S? Oh, shit. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm just saying. I think it's an S. I think it's an S, but I was saying I'm willing to give it an A because I didn't think you guys were going to agree with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 S's. Okay. Listen, I know we're not. Okay. There's a lot of great fucking games on this thing, dude. Yeah. Okay. Pro makes a really good point. Because I personally think the PlayStation 2 is an S tier, God tier. I believe it was an S because those games had the best fidelity. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. And I actually agree with this. I think personally, the Sony PlayStation had a better impact on me than the Nintendo 64. Though I really love the Nintendo 64. I do think the Sony PlayStation was a spectacular system. It was really, I wouldn't say it's the most memorable, but it's definitely like a hard second or third, in my opinion. We are going to open up. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna look up a quick tier list. I'm gonna look up a quick list of the best top 20 PlayStation games of all time. Okay, top 20 PlayStation games of all time. Give me the list, baby. Oh, top 100 best PlayStation games of all time by IGN, chat. Okay, they could fuck this up. IGN's kind of dog shit. Okay, here we go. Ape Escape. Oh, dude. Oh my God, no. No, I'm trying to do fucking PlayStation Classic, bro. This is doing like the top 100 PlayStation games of all time, like PlayStation. Do I have to put PlayStation 1 games of all time? Oh, but right here, Metacritic, the best games on PlayStation 1. Here we go. These are the best games on PlayStation 1 according to Metacritic, chat. We have Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. Absolute fucking banger. Tekken 3. Absolute banger. Metal Gear Solid, one of my favorite games of all time. Castlevania, Symphony of the Night, one of the best 2D platformers of all time. Street Fighter Alpha, Vagrant Story, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, the first one, Parappa the motherfucking rapper, dude. Okay, listen, chat. Resident Evil, dude. Resident Evil 2, dude. Resident Evil 3, dude. Siphon Filter. Okay, I'm getting a little crazy. What else do we have, dude? This catalog is crazy. I'm talking like possibly some of the best JRPGs of all time. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3, Tenchu, Silent Hill, Dino Crisis, Medal of Honor, Need for Speed, Tomb Raider games, Silent Hill. And it was one of the highest quality music players at the time, dude. Oh yeah, I forgot you can play music through that, dude. And most versions were even better than N64. Medal of Honor was so... Yo, DK, I remember that Medal of Honor going crazy, dude. Tekken's crazy. Xenogears? Like, to this day, people are downloading mods to play fucking Xenogears. Because that shit was crazy. Dance Dance Revolution, Bushido Blade, the Persona series, Breath of Fire 4. I went back and bought these games. And I eventually had to sell them because I couldn't afford to go to art school. So, Final Fantasy Tactics, Super Puzzle Fighters. I mean, dude, fuck it. Say less. We already know it's an S. It's an S. I don't need any more. Listen, call me a nostalgia whore. I don't need any. I'm Gucci. I don't need any more. Okay, we're going to move on. All right, chat. We're about to introduce a system here that was brand new at the time, okay? And I will say, in my opinion, it created Max. That sounded so sad. The art school comment. Yeah, I know, dude. You guys want to know a story? Okay, I'll be quick. I couldn't afford tuition like to go to art school. I wanted to go to art school really bad, and I had wasted most of my 20s collecting like all my favorite old video games. I'm talking like PlayStation, GameCube, N64, like PlayStation 2 games, like just a ton of like retro games. And there was a retro swap meet that was happening in my city like the week I couldn't afford tuition. And I went to that retro swap meet and I sold everything. Everything. I sold everything, dude. But you know what? My Sui says I got tacos. It was worth it. It sucked. I mean, I had some bangers, dude. I had like my PlayStation catalog was so good. I had like Persona 1, Persona 2. I had like all the most, if not all of the JRPGs, like Mint, CIB. And I went to this swap meet, dude, and my booth was the most busiest booth because I needed the money so bad that I had to sell things for less like price charting value. And it was really tough, dude. I think about it now and it still kind of burns. I had to sell my vintage Magic collection for a car because I totaled mine. Pro, shit happens. Life happens, man. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Early 20s. I had to do what I had to do. I needed money and school was really expensive. So definitely had to do what I had to do. But then again, like I spent a lot of my money like on my retro stuff, like at the wrong time. It was definitely undeserved. I wasn't a good steward of my money. And eventually I luckily had enough to pay for tuition that year and I never had to worry about it. But I did make a vow that day. I said that I would never be broke ever again because I don't ever want to sell the things I love, and I love video games. Millennials 3 recession. I mean, listen, shit fucking happens, bro. Like when life happens, dude, I don't get it twisted, dude. Like I'll sell everything. Like if I have to, I'll be like, I'll get it back some other time. I sold my 3DS collection like a couple years ago because I was like, look, I want me and Sui to be better off. I sold my 3DS collection and I sold all of it, and it was like, I think I got like $2,800 for like my whole 3DS collection. Some of it was sealed, you know, and yeah, Spumoni remembers that. I remember I was like, honestly, I was getting ready to give like some of the games. I was like, Spumoni, just take them because I'm going to sell them. Like I knew I was going to sell them. You sold the Spider-Man. Yeah. Susui bought me Spider-Man for the PlayStation 4 and I sold it and turned it in for Resident Evil 4 remake and she's never lived it down. But yes, I digress because like you keep talking about stuff like that. I still feel bad. I'm like, Sui, but Spider-Man was the gift I kept giving because I got Resident Evil 2 remake and I love that game. She's like, but I bought you Spider-Man. I feel so bad. Okay, chat, here's the next banger. Forgive me if I skipped a generation. I don't think I did. I am talking about Microsoft's very first console. I am talking about the Xbox original, the general Microsoft Xbox. Decaf says S. That is S tier for me. Listen, I have a lot of S. I have 2 S's already off rip. Coffin says S. You guys. Well, I don't know if there is anything else. Like, I feel like Xbox and PlayStation 2. Like, I'm going to get to the PlayStation 2, but I feel like Xbox is a good segue into the next gen. No doubt S. I'm getting a lot of S's already. I mean, bro, there's a lot of bangers for this. Who got the chair that came with it? Okay, let me count here. Decaf says S. Spumoni says S. Pro says A. Evil. Okay, that's 1. I mean, S is across the board. It's looking like I only got 2 A's. That's from Pro and Winboy. But everyone else. Oh yeah, yeah. We could do Game Boy Advance after that. We could do Game Boy Advance. S tier. I don't know what you saying. PlayStation guy. Okay, I'm willing to give this an S tier. Everyone says it's S. I'm not gonna argue. I would put it like right here. I would put it like right here. I would say the Microsoft Xbox is an S tier. Let's look up the best games. Actually, no, let's look up the best games for the Xbox and see if it actually is an S tier. Okay, let's look up the top 20 games for Xbox original. You remember Obi-Wan came out for this? I wanted to play it so bad. Best games on Xbox by Metacritic. Okay. Oh, damn. Okay. We could be starting off pretty fucking strong here. Okay. Listen, this was a genre. This was a console in my life that came and went. Okay. I don't think we can't count Grand Theft Auto because Grand Theft Auto was on many. Okay. Big ones to note here. Ninja Gaiden Black. Banger. It's a 94 Metascore. Tom Clancy's Chaos Theory. Banger, dude. Okay. Half-Life 2. Banger. Halo 2 multiplayer. Banger. I'm not going to count NBA Street, but that was also really good. Psychonauts, dude. Psychonauts, Jade Empire, Burnout Revenge. Fight Night was crazy good. Doom 3 was freaking a banger. Okay, those were kind of for... Okay, I'm trying to look for exclusives. I think we're getting out of exclusive territory. See, like when the non-exclusives come in, that's where I kind of get like a little hazy. Prince of Persia was good, but I played that on PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? Chat, is the Xbox original a A-tier console? Okay, listen, I know this is subjective, but like I need to look up exclusives for this dude. Cause my whole thing is like, I'm thinking this might be an A-tier console. Correct me if I'm wrong. Chat's going crazy. I know it is. Chat's going crazy, dude. There's not too much exclusives. Okay, here we go. This guy put together a list here. Halo Combat Evolved, banger. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, banger. Halo 2, Fable, Jade Empire. Okay, here we go. Chronicles of Riddick, Escape from Butcher Bay. Also a really good game. Ninja Gaiden Black. Panzer Dragoon Orta, Elder Scrolls 3, Doom 3, Far Cry Instincts, Unreal Championship was actually really good too. Dead or Alive 3, Deus Ex Invisible War, Amped, OTA. Okay, well that's not everything. Okay. Honestly, chat? Dude, is this like a... No. Don't hate me, dude, but is that Microsoft Xbox? Is that a high A tier? No, Tay, I said Halo 2. A low A? I would say a high A if anything, or a low S. Dude, Xbox is actually proving really problematic for me. Is that the one with the huge... Yeah, it's the one with the big controller. honestly, dude, that console got me hooked. You know what? Tay makes a really good point. Xbox did have online play, but also so did PlayStation 2. I'm not comparing them both, but those controllers were dope. Best controller to claw grip for the... Okay, here's my argument. If you... Hear me out. If you put the Microsoft Xbox original against the PlayStation 2, it loses. And that was like its direct competitor. It loses by like miles, in my opinion. This is tough, bro. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put it as a low S. I want to say a high A. Personally, I want to say a high A, but I'll put it low S because I did get a lot of S's from everyone in chat. A lot of people in chat said it was an S for sure. Like we definitely got a majority of S's, so I'm gonna stay true to everybody gets a vote, unless I want to do it over again. But S, you are crazy with that high A. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Because I was talking and I was debating on whether it was an A or an S. If you think it's an S, put an S. If you think it's an A, put an A for the Microsoft Xbox. Please. Let's get to the bottom of it. Majority has to rule on this. 2 S's, 1 A. 2 A's, 2 S's. We're tied. Okay, we got 3 S's, 3 A's. We're tied again.
The what?
Dude, you guys don't let me decide this because you're not going to like what I put. You all right?
It's pilly.
We are tied with 3 S's and 3 A's. Yo, AJ, what's Gucci?
Microsoft?
I ain't going to lie, dude. I'm going to say it's a high A. Oh, Coffin says S. Yo. Suri has never played Xbox original. Wait, let me see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 S's. Coffin came in with the S.
What does LFG means?
I'm late. Had to zoom in and make sure 64 was S before I aired this bitch out, AJ. Okay, it looks like Microsoft Xbox. I said S to begin with. Okay.
What does LFG mean?
Let's fucking go.
Oh.
Microsoft Xbox, because majority rules, is going to go in S tier. You guys, if you have a vote and you haven't voted, please vote now or forever hold your peace. Going once. Going twice. The Microsoft Xbox is a low S. Democratic process blows. It's a low S. Me personally, if it were me, after looking at the gaming catalog, I would put this at like a high A. But hey, we move on. We move on. We move on. I noticed I missed a couple. Okay. Had some awesome memories on Sega Genesis, but A is accurate. AJ, I love that, man. I love that, bro. Okay, here we go. Game Boy Advance, chat. Here we go. The Game Boy Advanced. I personally think this is an S tier handheld. This is one of the best handhelds of all time. Yes, 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 my people. Give me an S. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, Winboy, we're not going to count the SP because it's technically the same as the Game Boy Advanced. So kind of just pit them together if you can. So if you really love the SP, then I would say you probably really love the Game Boy Advance. I mean, just because I want to do, if I do it by like design or like different gen, it'll just get way too cluttered. We all kept Energizers and Duracell in business with the Game Boys. Oh, yes, we did. You guys, the Game Boy Advanced, I am going to put it behind the Nintendo 64. I'm going to put it above the Game Boy Color. Okay, AJ's not wrong. My mom was steady buying AA Energizer Duracell batteries up the wazoo for that thing. Oh, yeah, we're doing Dreamcast actually next, I think. The Game Boy Micro was also really amazing. It was more aesthetically cool than anything else. But yes, the Game Boy SP was the definitive version of the Game Boy SP. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna get into some bangers here, okay? All right. Chat, this is widely debated amongst a lot of people. There's a certain console that's very controversial. Some would say this console was ahead of its time, which is why it failed. I almost want to agree with that, but this console still had some pretty amazing games. I'm talking about, bless you, Sue. Chat says bless you.
Thank you.
I'm talking about the Sega Dreamcast, chat.
Where's your lighter?
The Sega Dreamcast was arguably ahead of its time. It had some really great games. Some of the more memorable games I remember were Power Stone, a really amazing fighter. I'm getting 3 A's, which I kind of agree with. B, it arguably holds up better than the others in its gen, but it did kill Sega. That console is straight whack. You're tripping. I'm going to say S for pure nostalgia. Some people have really fond memories of Dreamcast and some people don't. Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 Pro makes a really good point. Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 were fucking amazing. Damn. I want to say, chat, right now majority rules for A. Spumoni says S. I'm guessing Pro. Pro said high A. I think I'm with Pro on this one. I think this would be a high A. If we look at overall sales, it sold terribly. Like, absolutely. Spite the Face says Dreamcast is S. Listen, I'm willing to, we got 2 S's and we got a majority of A's. I'm willing to give this a high A. I will say this. The sales for this console were fucking terrible. When I said that this console was definitely ahead of its time, it completely was. But at the same time, can we make the argument that if the Sega Dreamcast launched alongside like the N64 and what else? And the PlayStation, would it, you know what I'm saying? Did it hold up? I mean, I was one of the Fatsy said I was one of those sales. And it's not, listen. It is very evident the N64 and the PlayStation outdid the Sega Dreamcast. I really love the little memory cards of the Sega Dreamcast. That was really fucking cool. I think Sega cooked with this console. It's just, I don't know, man. I mean, like, where in your guys' opinion, what I'm trying to say here. In what timeline would the Sega Dreamcast do well? Against what consoles? Yo, what's Gucci, Sammy? When I think Sega Dreamcast, I think like pinning it up against like the N64 and shit. Personally. I mean, but like realistically, I mean, this is going in high A regardless because everyone, I got majority A's in the chat. I got 2 S's. I mean, you know, the majority says Sega Dreamcast should be high A. House of the Dead was a great game for the Dreamcast. I think it just got destroyed because of PlayStation 2. I guess I'm kind of like, confused with when the Dreamcast actually launched. Like, what were the competitors to the Sega Dreamcast? Do you guys know? Like, what were its direct competitors? What gen was it? 1999? Was it 1999? PS2 came out 2000. So it came out a year ahead of the PlayStation 2. Sony and N64 says Spike. That's what I thought. I thought the Sega Dreamcast's competitors were the Sony and the N64. But it was Coffin just said a fucking bar right now. He said it was forgettable. All I can say. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. I'm like argue, like, listen, I had one homie who had a Sega Dreamcast, right? I went over his house. I played it for a little bit. My homie must have been balling because the Dreamcast did go crazy. I played Power Stone. I loved it. I was like, oh my God, I want this. I never got one. Okay, N64 was 96. Dreamcast was 98. The Sega Saturn was a PS1 and 64 competitor. The Panasonic 3DO was more forgettable. 3DO? What the fuck is that, dude? Listen, bro. Sega has a horrible track record of like console releases. Unless anyone could vouch for the fucking Panasonic 3DO, dude. Holy shit. Well, listen, because the majority always rules here, I am going to say Sega Dreamcast is a high A. I don't know if I'd put it before the NES, but I'm going to, just because the majority rules that it is. The Sega Dreamcast was primarily competing against the PlayStation 2 and Nintendo GameCube during its release in 1998. What the fuck? You're full of fucking shit. The Dreamcast aimed to offer advanced features like online gaming and a web browser, but it ultimately faced challenges from these competitors, leading to its eventual discontinuation in 2001. TCAF, are you trolling me with that shit? No way it was competing against the GameCube. Was it? Decaf, you may have just mind fucked me, bro. I'm not? Oh, that's like factual. It was 1998 in Japan, but North America was 99. Oh, okay, got you. GameCube was 2001. Damn, it was, bro. It came out. Okay, well, listen. Since we mentioned it, I was going to go through this anyways. All right, chat. It was like a whole ad. I mean, okay, just because all the other ones got the treatment, let's just do a very quick run through of Sega Dreamcast games. Really quick. It won't take too long. I'm actually curious. Shenmue ultimately fucked up the gaming industry pretty bad. Like terribly bad. Metacritic's best games on the Sega Dreamcast. Okay, Soul Calibur, chat. Banger, absolute banger. Okay, say less. Resident Evil Code Veronica. I remember Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Skies of Arcadia. Okay, Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I do remember playing that on the Dreamcast before playing it anywhere else. Weirdly. I know it was on the PlayStation 2. I'm just saying. My boy Samba de Amigo, dude. Grandia 2. Okay, not really. Sonic Adventure 2. Shenmue was absolutely goated. Power Stone 2. I mean, yeah. I think I'll leave it where it's at. I remember playing Echo the Dolphin on Game Gear. I mean, shit, dude, so did I. It's the only game I could afford. Dubs in the chat for decaf, dude. The only game that was dope was Soul Calibur. Okay. All right, chat, here we go. Without further ado, a personal favorite of mine. I know where I'd put this. I am talking about the Nintendo GameCube. I personally think, in my opinion, this is an S-tier console. Lots of fond memories. Resident Evil 4, Super Smash Brothers, Mario parties. I mean, 3 S's is what I'd love to see. That's an A for me, respectfully. 2 A's. I got 4 S's, baby, and that's what I like to see. It's the best age console of that generation. Oh my God, we just got 3 A's, dude. 3 A's, 3 S's. Oh no, 3 A's, 4 S's. Spy on TikTok says Nintendo GameCube is an S. Oh shit. Animal Crossing. I mean, shit, dude. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 S's. I have 1, 2, 3 A's. I've said this before and I got a lot of hate for it, but I believe It has aged better than the PS2. The Nintendo GameCube? Why would I play GameCube when PlayStation exists? Des Decaf. Okay. Star Fox, bring it back. I would buy Switch 2 for it. GameCube was the best system for me. Y'all ever threw down lobs as the Yeti on NBA Street? I just think it aged better. Okay. Inkspot says A. Oh shit, dude. Inkspot may have come in and just absolutely turned this thing over, bro. Okay, I'm going to count again. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 S's and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 A's. Oh my God, we're tied now. Okay, we're tied. What I'm going to Decaf says D. Decaf. I'm gonna need an S or an A, brother. I mean, D is crazy. You're tripping. But I actually think he really thinks it's a D. I really think Decaf thinks it's a D, to be honest. Okay, let's do a game list. Okay. Currently it's tie. Oh, Coffin says S. Coffin, did you vote before? You already voted, Coffin. Okay. I'm going to put in S for now. We're going to do a quick game list just so we can get reacquainted with the GameCube. Very curious. I mean, I'm gonna read this, dude, and I'm just gonna be like, yo. Okay, here we go. We are looking at the best GameCube exclusives here. The fuck, bro? No, we notice the ads aren't in, man. Fuck you. Ad block that ass. Okay, Star Fox, enough said. Here we go. We have Donkey Konga, dude. Donkey Konga's crazy, but apparently that's one to be noticed. Star Fox Adventures. Listen, I'm not saying Star Fox Adventures is a bad game. It wasn't that great. 1080 Avalanche. I mean, apparently this is an exclusive. Those graphics are dookie compared to the stage. Super Mario Strikers. Okay, fun game. Maybe playing it for like 3 days with the homies. Then we're done. Star Fox Adventures is weird, but a fine game. You're not wrong. Kirby Air Ride, which is weirdly getting a sequel very soon. Personally, wasn't one of my favorite games, but I have played all these games. Mario Party 4 was an absolute banger. Any Mario Party that came out for the GameCube was amazing. Mario Golf Toadstool Tour. Really good game. Remember a lot of good moments with this game. But at the end of the day, it is also a golfing game. Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. I loved this game. This game is worth a lot of money right now. It aged really well. You can play this game right now, and I know a lot of people and a humongous community who would still go back and play this game. Pokemon Coliseum. Great game. Odama. Didn't play this one. I don't know if this one's good or not. Pros right. Metroid Prime. I think we'll get there eventually. Wario Worlds. Never played this one. I can imagine it's pretty good. Legend of Zelda 4 Swords Adventures. This game was awesome. I played this game with my little brother. This game was really cool. Very different. Super Smash Bros. Melee. Banger. Metal Gear Solid The Twin Snakes gets way too much hate in my opinion. I don't know why. I don't get it. This game was absolutely fucking phenomenal, dude. Eternal Darkness Sanity's Requiem. I did not play this. Spy says he loved that game. F-Zero GX. Mario Kart Double Dash. But you're right. It didn't name the Metroid Prime games, which is actually kind of crazy. Yeah, F-Zero. I mean, shit, you're not wrong. Okay. No Prime is crazy, Inkspot. You're right. Guys, keep in mind, Metroid Prime Zero. I mean, Metroid Prime Echoes. I mean, let me think. Resident Evil 4, dude. Resident Evil 4, in my opinion, the best experience of Resident Evil 4 is on the GameCube. You know what? I'm going to vote and I'm going to break this. I'm going to let everybody vote one more time and then I'm going to include my vote. Wind Waker. Pro, Wind Waker, dude. Die Hard. Yo, listen. Yo, chat. Listen, bro. Okay, listen. Vote now or forever hold your peace, or else I'm putting this where I want to put it. You're right. Resident Evil 4 was an exclusive at that time. PlayStation did not get Resident Evil 4 for a minute. Okay, if you think the Nintendo GameCube is an S, put an S. If you think it's an A, put an A. We have 3 S's, 1 A. Say less. The Nintendo GameCube is going above the Nintendo 64. I want to say above the PlayStation as well. Absolutely. Chat, if you think the Nintendo GameCube should go before the PlayStation, put an F. If you think it should go behind, put a B. This is arguably like the top of the S tier. I got a lot of S's here. In front, in the back. Okay, we got one in the front, one in the back. Pause. Pause. You know, this is what I'm going to do. Front, process front. That's 2 for front. You know what? I think I like it here. I still think the Super Nintendo is one of the greatest consoles of all time too, though. But there's only a couple, in my opinion, that can beat the Super Nintendo. I don't think it's the GameCube. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it in front of the PlayStation. Call me crazy. That's where I'm putting it. You don't vote, you get smoked. Okay, chat. This one needs no introduction. We are talking about a console with, to this day, possibly the biggest catalog of all time. The durability of this console is insane. The catalog of this console is superb. I'm talking about pure greatness. I'm talking about my number one gaming console of all time. Of all time. And that is no other than the Sony PlayStation 2. The Sony PlayStation 2, dude. This is one of the best consoles ever created. S. This is going top of S. This is the only thing, in my opinion, that beats the Super Nintendo. Personally. This game had online connectivity if you wanted. The catalog for this console is the most extensive gaming catalog to this day. I could be wrong. Maybe another console beat it. I highly doubt it. The longevity of this console lived in my life for a very, very long time. Even when I had like other consoles, this one was always the one I came back to. The online was dog shit. I didn't use it for online play. I didn't have enough money to buy that. But it is worth a mention that it did have online play. It had online play for very different games other than Xbox, other than the original Xbox. The Sony PlayStation 2 had online play for a game called Resident Evil Outbreak. I think that's, Resident Evil Outbreak, I think, right? That was like the weirdest online experience of all time. But it was actually innovative. I am talking Devil May Cry, Resident Evils, some of the best Resident Evils. Fucking what else, dude? God, let me just go through a fucking list, dude. 5 months of tried too hard to be true to life, and because the tech was there at the time, now it just looks like the worst version of the PS3. Where Bionicles is crazy. Dragon Ball Z. Monster Hunter. Inkspot says Monster Hunter. I mean, bro, listen, you guys can call me, you call it Glaze if you want. The PlayStation 2 is one of the best consoles ever made. Period. Point blank, period. I've always felt that way. I mean, bro, you don't even want to see this list, bro. Oh my God, you don't want to see this. This list is like, I'm just going to do Metacritic for now, but this list is crazy, dude. This list is insane. Okay, Resident Evil 4 is, I'm always going to give that to GameCube no matter what. Metal Gear Solid. All of the Grand Theft Autos was just a better experience on PlayStation. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, Devil May Cry, Metal Gear Solid 3, one of my favorite games of all fucking time. God of War 2, Okami, Virtua Fighter 4, SSX Tricky. Fuck, dude. Soul Calibur came out for everything. Final Fantasy X, Klonoa, Shadow of the Colossus, Ico, Ratchet and Clank. Dude, it's over. This shit is over. Beautiful Joe came out for the GameCube. Granted, I did play it for the GameCube. Jak and Daxter, dude. What else? Where are we at? Persona 3? Like, the Tekken games? Sly Bandicoot, I just mixed those. Sly 2? Devil May Cry 3? Devil May Cry 3 is one of the best. Devil May Cry 3 is arguably the, look at my light, bro. My light just freaking, that blue chew just wore down. Yo, look at my light, bro. The homie's boner just went freaking. Look at my light. I guess that blue chew don't work, chat. The shaboing boing wasn't shaboinging, dude. Devil May Cry 3 is the best Devil May Cry in the series, point blank, period, bro. Metal Gear Solid 2, bro. Sons of Liberty. I mean, even the light in the back was like, yo, this shit's too crazy. Dark Cloud. Onimusha 1 and 2. The third one was great. The second one was like, I fuck with Jubei. He was cool. Midnight Club 3. I mean, bro, Onimusha 3 had fucking Paul Renault in it. It was very weird. Kingdom Hearts, bro. Okay? Kingdom Hearts. Shadow Heart. Beautiful Joe 2. Oh, was for the GameCube as well. The Lord of the Rings games were so fucking good, dude. This guy, oh my God, Maximo. I mean, dude, this is arguably, Capcom had the biggest generational run on the PlayStation 2. It was fucking redonkulous, dude. The Warriors came out for a lot of other systems, but is primarily best on PlayStation. The Warriors needs a remaster. That game was amazing. Def Jam Vendetta, dude. Like, listen, for example, the Sega Dreamcast has Resident Evil Code Veronica, right? And you're like, oh, I can play on the PlayStation now. Because the PlayStation was just, listen, the PlayStation was tapped the fuck into everyone's avenues, bro. That's how much motion it had, okay? Rogue Galaxy, some like Indigo Prophecy, dude. Yo, I'm glazing crazy right now, but you know, rightfully so. Gitaru Man, bro. I mean, the JRPGs were in full effect, bro. The racing games were at an all-time high. Shin Megami Nocturne, dude. Okay, I digress, bro. I can't keep doing this. It's one of the best consoles of all time. Metal Gear Solid, Sons of Liberty. No, you know, listen, come out to play, dude. Listen. Nothing's beating the PlayStation 2. I guarantee that. Okay. Oh, actually, damn, I don't know. Okay. We're actually getting through to like some like crazy, like, okay. Okay. Are we ready to move on to the 360? Because this was big. Are we missing anything? Are we missing anything? I think we're ready to move on to the 360, that gen already. Was the Wii wasn't directly competitive of 360. Oh, no doubt in my mind. Yeah, I think we're about ready to move on. Okay. I know I just got done glazing, but I'm about to glaze even more. Okay. Chat, the Xbox 360, what I consider, in my opinion, I've talked about this many, many times. The Xbox 360 is the golden age of gaming. Nobody did the Xbox. Nobody did party chat better than the 360 did. Nobody built actual community and competitive gaming like the 360 did. The Xbox 360 is absolutely one of the best consoles ever made as well. I will say this. This is an S tier console. No ifs, ands, or buts, bro. No ifs, ands, or buts. It's definitely going above Super Nintendo. I have the only gripe I have with the Xbox 360, and it's a big one. It's a big one. Listen, Pro, an A is crazy, Pro. No way. Put it under the original Xbox if you have to be. Yo, Decaf, you weren't feeling this one? Yo, Beezy Wind. Yo, you weren't feeling this one, dude? Yo. Okay, the reason why I may put this console like a little bit lower, actually, you know, this is what I'll say. Evil Exhibitioner S, I completely agree. The reason why I say this console goes behind the Sony PlayStation 2 is for one big reason and one reason only. But it is also a reason that can actually be rebutted into another reason on why it deserves to be. Without multiplayer, game lacks a lot of games to push it to S. You're meaning exclusive games, right? Oh my God, Dark, did you? Okay, here's what I'll say. The Xbox 360 had something very controversial with it. It was widespread. Everybody who had an Xbox 360 either experienced this or they didn't. Me, for example, I experienced this on multiple occasions with different consoles of the same gen and everything. The Microsoft Xbox 360 had something called the Red Rings of Death, and it was pretty fucking terrible. It was one of the most it was one of those things where I don't know why it didn't get fixed as soon as like it should have got fixed a lot sooner, but it didn't. Freezer hard drive. I mean, bro, coffin. I ran through, I want to say, at least 4 to 5 Xbox 360s. I had a literal collection of red ring dead Xboxes in my closet. But like I said, it can be rebutted because I was dumb enough and because the Xbox 360 had me in such a fat ass fucking chokehold, dude. I kept buying them. Because all my homies were running Call of Duty and all those other fucking games. Listen, I kept buying them. Like point blank period. Y'all, before I go, Liza P is on sale right now for $30. If you haven't played it, pick that shit. Oh, Liza P, $30, Liza P. That's the lowest, I think. Halo, I mean, bro. I mean, dog. I'm going to put it here. When I say the golden age of gaming, I mean maybe just for my age, maybe for just my age range. Listen, that 360 really helped me back in those times. Wasn't the greatest time. Spite, my boy, listen. I'll say this. If you weren't gaming, if you weren't playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Halo, fucking Red Dead Redemption, I mean, yeah, Red Dead Redemption, yeah. I mean, all those multiplayer games, if you weren't tapped in with your homies in Xbox, I would go home and I would be in Xbox chat immediately. I would stay up all night with my homies, bro, and we be in Xbox chat, fucking running games, bro. Call of Duty, one of the first gaming competition tournaments I went through at my local game store. I fucking loved this shit, dude. This shit was a banger. Okay, game list for Xbox 360. Listen, I'm not talking shit about anyone who was playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare on PlayStation 3, but holy shit, bro. That's a crazy take. Xbox 360 exclusive games list. Oh, bruh. Oh, bruh. Okay. Okay. Why does someone just have like a... Why does someone have a list that like has photos? Okay, here we go. Okay, we're bringing it back. Yo, was Halo? Was that? Was Halo 4 Xbox 360? Holy shit. Dead Rising was an Xbox 360 exclusive? I did not know that. I played the shit out of Dead Rising, dude. Holy crap. I did not know that was an exclusive. Wow. Okay, chat. We got Dead Rising, Halo 3, Halo 4, Fable, and Fable 2 was so good. Forza Horizon Motorsport, lots of Forza. Fable The Journey, dog shit. I ain't gonna lie, shit was dog shit. Gears of War 1 and 2. Gears of War 3, not my favorite. But Gears of War 1 and 2, holy crap. I mean, Gears was, like I said, dude, Gears was pretty. I mean, Gears and Halo in general, dude. Oh my God, some of the best of times. Crackdown 2 was Crackdown was lit. Crackdown 2 was straight dog shit. Yo. Okay. Naruto Rise of the Ninja was fucking goated, dude. Yo, I ain't even fucking fronting. Yo, Naruto Rise of the Ninja, you had to do freaking ninja signs with the joysticks? That shit was actually fucking goated, bro. Naruto The Broken Bond, I had all of these. 99 Nights. Ninja Gaiden 2 was an exclusive for the 360. Great game. 2 Human was terrible. Listen, 2 Human was a dog shit game. Saints Row was Gucci. That's a very short list though. Were these? Yeah, these are Xbox exclusive games. They did. I mean, listen, like I said, when it comes to exclusive games, they did not have a lot, I guess. Wait, was it Metal? Wait, let me look something up. Oh, Lost Odyssey. Yes, Lost Odyssey, dude. Dude, Lost Odyssey was great, dude. Okay, here we go. We have... I remember playing a lot of Castlevania games too. I remember playing like one. I guess no, that might have been PlayStation 2. Some of these aren't exclusive. This is actually cap. No cap. The best game ever on 360 was Mass Effect. Mass Effect, bro. The glaze is necessary for this donut. Mass Effect 1 and 2 in general, dude, are absolute bangers. Dude, Mass Effect in general, dude. Yo, was Dead Space? Was that Xbox 360 as well? The Earth Defense Force games? Yo, Spike, you're a real one for that one, dude. The Earth Defense Force games were pretty fucking goated. Blue Dragon. Yo, yeah, Lost Odyssey, Blue Dragon, which is weirdly really good. Bank Shot Billiards and Uno. I think so. Dead Space, yeah. I want to say as well. Oh, yeah, here we go. This is like a quick little list here. We have Ninja Gaiden Black 2, Cameo, Tenchu Z. I remember playing that. The Naruto games were goated. Gears, Dead or Alive 4, Alan Wake. I think Alan Wake was on PlayStation as well though. So I don't want to say that. Just Left 4 Dead. I mean, shit, bro. Ace Combat, yeah, dude. I mean, shit, dude. Listen, I stand by that. But like I said, I think what made the Xbox 360 so great was I understand it did not have maybe as much campaign games as PlayStation 2, but primarily Xbox 360 was known for like overall connectivity in Xbox Live. The way Xbox 360 did that was by far better than any other console at that time. Like if I was keeping it a stack. Like I said, though I understand Call of Duties and a lot of the multiplayer games were on PlayStation as well, but the 360, bro, which is I think Metal Gear Rising was on the Xbox 360 as well. Like, bruh, I don't know. I mean, shit. I'm actually kind of surprised. Like some people would be against Xbox 360. Halo ODST had the best campaign. Was Halo Reach Xbox 360 as well? I mean, we're never going to find a definitive list of like all the Xbox 360 games, but 360 was actually pretty fucking goated, dude. Like, if you're talking like pure, like turn on your console and you could be in an Xbox chat like super fucking quick, that's crazy to me. Like, I mean, dude, King Kong movie game is crazy. Okay, but I digress. I'm going to be a little bit quick because it's getting a little late. I feel like it's getting late because daylight savings. But we move on. Okay. I don't even know if the Wii, dude. Damn, this shit about to get crazy. Okay, we're going to go straight into the Wii. No, agree. I think, okay. I understand what you're saying, bro. And I'm not, it's valid. What you're saying is valid. I just think that a lot more people, actually, I don't know if I could say this, but based on my experiences, a lot of people chose 360 to play multiplayer games over the PlayStation 3, in my opinion. Brought a lot of senior citizens into gaming. My personal opinion. Fancy said brought a lot of senior citizens into gaming. Pro says A for the Wii. The Wii was pretty cool. How cool was the Wii? I mean, I'm willing to put it above the NES. This is, to me personally, I feel like the Wii was like the blueprint of like innovation in gaming at that time. I do want to look up a list of this though. I'm actually willing to put it above Sega Dreamcast. Actually, I think Wii deserves an S because it brought together people at parties. Decaf, you're actually not wrong about that. Let me, I'm getting a lot of A's. I gotten mostly A's, but let's look at a games list of the Wii. I remember the Wii not being a really great launch. Okay, here are the games that we have for the Wii. Okay, we have Wii Sports, Mario Kart Wii, which is really cool. Super Smash Brothers, really good. Tatsunoko vs. Capcom was cool. Metroid Prime 3 Corruption, not a terrible game. A good game. Sin and Punishment, more of like a niche game. Red Steel, I did play Red Steel. Mad World, WarioWare. I feel like No More Heroes. Yeah, I mean, shit, dude. Xenoblade Chronicles X, huge. Xenoblade Chronicles, Paper Mario Color Splash. I mean, Okami, but Okami was out for the PlayStation as well. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild did not come out for the Wii, dude. The fuck? Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD. This is where they start doing the remakes. What are the best Wii exclusive games? I don't know, bro. I feel like I don't even know if the Wii could even be counted as. This is tough, bro. I think I should have known how tough this was gonna be. I should have known how tough this was gonna be, dude. I personally think that the Wii wasn't like that. I mean, I'm willing to give it an A. Don't get me wrong. I'm willing to give it an A. I just. Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn. Okay. I'm just trying to find Metroid Trilogy. Okay. Everyone had one. Everyone did have one. I had one. Fuck, I bought one. I bought one day one. I played that fucking Zelda game where you have to shoot with the archers. I would say A. I'm actually down for A. I did like the motion controls. The motion controls were really good. But much like the Xbox 360, I do think this had a lot more exclusives, but it was just different. Like it brought like a different aspect to gaming, which I think is should be noticeable. Like almost on the level like the Xbox 360 did like online multiplayer so well. The Wii actually did like a lot of things really good, like with the motion controls, Wii Sports and all that. I think a high A is actually legit. Twilight Princess, Skyward Sword, no, 100%. Yeah, controlling with your Wii nunchucks. I feel like I'm missing some really great Wii games here, chat. If you could help me out, what were some really good Wii games? Skyward Sword is really good, bro. I love that game. No More Heroes was good too. They made Xbox release the Kinect. Decaf. That's a really good point. Benji said they made Xbox release the Kinect, and that's absolutely true. I mean, they definitely pushed other consoles to like think outside the box, right? And try to compete with that. I like it being a high A. I think I'm going to keep it there. The Wii was a great console, personally. I had one. I'm sure that the Mario Party games were great on there, especially with the motion controls. A1 steak sauce, dude. We move on. Okay. Damn. Let's keep this quick. Where is the PlayStation 3? Okay, the Sony PlayStation 3, chat. I will still play Mario Kart with my nieces on the Wii. No, Spy, listen, rightfully so. I feel like going back and playing on the Wii is actually kind of crazy. Now that is one I have to give it a low rating. Solid B for the PlayStation 3. I will say it wasn't my go-to console, but I mean, I don't know. I'm willing to I would love other people's opinion on this because I will say the PlayStation 3 was kind of, I feel like I'm the wrong person to even talk about this. If it wasn't for Blu-ray, my dad never would have bought one, bro. Vibes, bro. You know what? That's 2 Bs. And you know what? I think I'm willing to give it a B. This console had tried to release a game called Killzone that was supposed to be the Halo killer. The multiplayer, from what I remember, wasn't terrible. It just wasn't Halo. The Sony PlayStation 3 got crazy just put in the closet when it came to the Xbox 360. I knew a lot more people who had a 360 than actually had a PlayStation 3. That doesn't make the PlayStation 3 a bad console. It's just multiplayer was so huge and innovative at that time that's kind of like what everybody thought of. I will say Metal Gear Online was a fucking awesome experience as well. But you know what? Actually, let's go through this game list. This might be an A. Okay, Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriot was an exclusive, and it's still an exclusive on PlayStation 3, and that game is absolutely amazing. Infamous is amazing. Fuck, okay. Last of Us, yo, listen. Okay. Yeah, this is definitely going up back up to 2, bro. This is 100% going back up to A, dude. Yeah, fuck this shit. This is going to A. Okay, listen. Metal Gear Solid 4 Guns of the Patriots, The Last of Us, Infamous, God of War Ascension, Killzone 2, Resistance 3 was really good, God of War 3, absolute banger, Infamous 2, 100% a crazy, amazing game. Heavy Rain was a PS3 exclusive, and rightfully so. Resistance 2 was also really good. Demon Souls, chat, arguably one of the first Souls games ever, arguably. I'm not saying it is. Ratchet and Clank, I mean, Demon Souls again. Uncharted, Drake's Fortune. Yeah, you know, dude, this is a high A. Yakuza, the Yakuza games. I mean, shit, dude, this might even be S. This might even be low S, dude. I'm keeping it a stack right now. This might be low S, dude. Let me see. Okay, Uncharted, Grand Theft Auto 5, Batman Arkham, Red Dead. Nah, that was on everything. That was on everything. Mass Effect, that was on everything. Metal Gear Solid 4. I'm just looking for exclusives here. High A. Damn. I mean, The Last of Us is pretty fucking huge, dude. The Last of Us and the Infamous games were like some of the best games I ever played. I mean, fuck, dude. Max Payne 3. But Max Payne 3 actually came to the Xbox 360, I remember. If Max Payne 3 was an exclusive, it'd be different. Yikes. Dark Souls 2 wasn't. I played Dark Souls on Xbox 360 as well. Those were not exclusives. Yeah, high A is fine. High A is fine. I'm going to go with the high A. Exclusives were not as abundant then. Shouldn't really be a part of discussion. Yeah, you know, Coffin does make a point, which is why I kind of like didn't. To say the Sony PlayStation 3 is behind the Xbox though, fuck. No, that's right. That's right. I'm okay with that. I think a high A for the PlayStation 3 is fine. I did forget games like God of War 3, the Infamous series. I mean, yeah. I think a high A is actually valid. I think that's actually safe to say. Okay, we can do handhelds, but I could just, I mean, shit, dude. Yeah, let's not do handhelds. Let's just move on to the real meat and potatoes. Okay. God, bro. Me, in my personal opinion, you guys may hate me, but I think this console is absolute dog shit. And I think it completely got shadowed once again. I'm talking about Microsoft's Xbox One, dude. S banger. I'm honestly, dude, I want to put it behind like right here, dude. I would say like S Coffin. No way, bro. I personally think this would be. I think it's sacrilegious to put it behind the Wii. I'll put it here. The Xbox One is a pretty. I would almost say B. I'm just being a little bit. Nah, dude, the Xbox One was not a good console, dude. No cap. I think that's a C. You think the Xbox One's a C, Tay? I'm just trying to be like whatever. Yeah, I'm down to put it in B. I mean, dude, I'm trying to be nice. I'm not trying to be like a dickhead. I just personally feel like the Xbox One is like a terrible console, personally. I think that was a skippable console, dude. I mean, am I tripping? Am I tripping putting this so low? I personally feel like, dude, oh my God, yeah, no, fuck this, dude. Even looking at the game covers, like, I feel like that's where, like, gaming started to die. I mean, dude. Honestly, bro, oh my God, yeah. Dude, this is a terrible console. Phil Spencer had to drag it out the mud. Okay, got you. I was trying to be generous. I'm glad everyone agrees. I think this console is like a low B. I mean, C, I'm willing to go C. Hey, fuck it, I'll do C. You want to know why I'm going to do C? Because there's a certain other console that came out. Nah, there's a certain other console that came out that was absolute fucking banger. And I'm talking about the PlayStation 4. The Sony PlayStation 4, I mean, do I say more or do I say less? This is probably going to be like right here, I'm thinking. Or you know what? I'll put it behind the Super Nintendo. Respect. I'll put it like right behind the 360. I don't know. I mean, fuck, dude. I don't know. This might be like right here, dude. This might be like right behind the PlayStation 2. I mean, okay. Just if you guys think my ranking is wrong, let's go through the exclusives for PlayStation 4. Bringing Peter Ovo is crazy. Yo, Peter Ovo switched up, dog. Okay. Let's do exclusive. The PlayStation 4 is probably the last console I bought apart from the PlayStation 5 that like I actually would like I actually legitimately thought was worth every single fucking penny, dude. Okay, these are PlayStation 4 exclusives. This is why it is in a high S. Okay. Listen, this may be better than the PlayStation 2 just based off fidelity wise. I'm talking Bloodborne. I'm talking Horizon Zero Dawn. I'm talking God of War 2018, Ghost of Tsushima 2020, Infamous Second Son, Uncharted, The Last of Us Part 2, okay? Marvel's Spider-Man, Shadow of the Colossus, Order 1886, Until Dawn. These are exclusives, chat. Detroit Become Human, Uncharted, The Lost Legacy, Final Fantasy Remake, Last of Us Remastered. I mean, bro. What? And this is like not even to mention all the other ones. Like I don't even I think Xbox barely got Final Fantasy, right? You think Game Boy Color is better than the one? Wait, what? Better than Game Boy? Better than Microsoft Xbox One? Yeah, for sure. Can you compare Xbox One exclusives? Not many showed up today. I tried to. Let me see. These are Xbox One exclusives. We have Forza Horizon. This was around the time where everyone would get pissed off because Xbox's exclusives. Why did I spell it with a Z? What am I, a fucking hoodlum? Exclusives. Yeah, this is around the time where Xbox literally was like, our launch game is going to be a fucking race game, and that's fucking blasphemous, dude. Absolutely. You think Game Boy Color is better than the one? Oh, 100%. Coffin. Name one game on the Xbox One that is better than Pokemon Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Red Blue, Mega Man. What else? This fool said Sea of Thieves. Quantum Break was a good game. Ori, not a bad game. Psychonauts 2 is a banger. Don't get me wrong. Psychonauts 2 is a banger. Red Dead. That's not an exclusive though. You could play Red Dead on everything. You can play Red Dead on the PlayStation 4 and the 360, which are right here. State of Decay. State of Decay 2 was an exclusive for Xbox One. Wow. Sunset Overdrive was a big fucking flop. Sea of Thieves, I think, would have been better. I got Psycho as a free game for PlayStation. It is rather fun. Psychonauts games are absolutely amazing. Halo Master Chief Collection. Yeah, right here. Xbox One, Halo Master Chief Collection. That is a collection. I mean... don't get me wrong. I feel like the Xbox One was like a forgettable console. And I'm not trying to be a dickhead. Psychonauts an exclusive? I thought Psychonauts used to be an exclusive. Oh, it isn't. I have both of them on my PlayStation. Well, there you go. One of the major talking points for Xbox. I thought Psychonauts was an exclusive to Xbox, the original Xbox. Red Dead 2? Coffin, you can play Red Dead 2 on Xbox 360 and PlayStation 4. Oh, not Red Dead 2. You can play it on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox 360. I'm sorry. I beat the first Psychonauts on Psychonauts on PlayStation 3. Nice. Well, there you go. I feel like Xbox One is just like, it was just a console that hit fucking flat. You couldn't play on Game Boy Color. But we're talking about like, in essence, like the era of like what it was, right? Cursing on 2K would get you technicals. Okay, so would you, okay, let's put it this way. My buddy Tadada16 is probably the biggest Xbot I know in my life. And even he said it was a solid C, personally. Cause it to go into orbit is crazy. The Xbox One was just a terrible console. It got shadowed tremendously and rightfully so by the PlayStation 4. Okay, listen. I'm willing to put, okay, for example, the Xbox 360 reigned supreme over the PlayStation 3. But the one thing that the PlayStation 3 had that like held its own to put it in A tier was exclusive games. The PlayStation 3 had God of War, The Last of Us, Infamous, the early Infamous games, the Uncharted games. We just went through them. The Xbox One has fucking Sea of Thieves and Horizon, Forza Motorsport. So it's like the PlayStation 3 is the lesser console of the Xbox 360 because the Xbox 360 just ran multiplayer gaming like it was no one's business. But the PlayStation 3 did have awesome exclusive campaign games, which made it into a high A, right? Cyberpunk was out on Xbox One to begin with. Not all those games were out on all consoles. Cyberpunk was out for the Xbox One. What was that bad boy running at? Like 15 frames? I would actually love to see how Cyberpunk ran on Xbox One. But I will say, if the Xbox One gets pitted against the consoles of that generation, is absolutely the lesser of it. in my opinion. The reason why some of these handhelds are in S tier is because Nintendo ran the handheld game when nobody else could run it. The Game Boy Color ran the handheld gaming console for a very long time. The Game Boy Advance also ran the handheld gaming. It just ran it. But to say Game Boy Color is blasphemy, oh no, absolutely not. Nintendo was in a league of its own. There was no competition. That was a crazy time. Cyberpunk releasing on the Xbone was crazy. Yeah, no, there was no like crazy competitor to the Game Boy Color or the Game Boy Advance. The Xbox One was like one of the big. I would personally, I would almost put it S tier if it were up to me. I bought that console and completely forgot about it because of the PlayStation 4. I will say this though, the Wii U I do not hold in high regard. Unfortunately, the Wii U, in my opinion, is very much like the Xbox One. Though the Wii U had something very special about it, which was honestly like high key, like the blueprint for the Nintendo Switch. It had the, hey yo, Benji, can you nuke that bot? Dude, I had all these game systems. To say handheld is better than console is not an argument. Oh, absolutely not. But at its time, the Game Boy Color went way crazier than the Xbox One did. 100%. Listen, I apologize, Coffin, but majority rules, baby. Everyone said that the Game Boy Color was an absolute S tier console. Nintendo Wii U, I want to say, is a solid B console. I had most of all of these systems as well. 100%. I'll be quick because I feel like we're running out of time. I feel like we've been focusing too much on this. Okay. The Xbox Series X, chat, is a fantastic console. A lot of great moments here. I would almost put it, damn, this is a tough one, dude. I would almost put it directly behind the Game Boy Color. I'm just kidding. I'm fucking joking, dude. Yeah, I mean, I can see A. I can see A. I still think the Xbox Series X is struggling right now. It had Game Pass, but Game Pass is dead. Fatsy's not wrong. I want to say a high A too. It's not the best console in the world. It's not, I would say high A. I would say over the PlayStation 3. I don't fucking know, dude. This is where it gets hard for me because Phil Spencer made a lot of fucking bad decisions within the past couple months. And I will say Game Pass is what would have made this like a solid. But for the sake of it is what it is, I would probably put it A. This is what I'm gonna do. And listen, I'm gonna be very quick about this. I might even say, no, I wouldn't put Sony PlayStation 5 as an S tier. No, absolutely not. The Nintendo Switch, I feel like quite possibly an S tier console. I would probably put the Switch, I want to say behind the Sony PlayStation 4. Maybe even, fuck, that's a tough one. I'd probably put the Switch here. The Switch is an absolute S, dude. I would say the PlayStation 5 is a B, but it's actually has some really great fucking exclusives, dude. Behind the PS2. The Switch? Oh, yeah. No, you're right. Yeah, no. Switch over 3. Backward Reaper's right. Yeah, Switch over 360. No. Definitely not. I'm tripping. I'm sorry. Behind the PS2, yeah, the Switch has everything. The Switch does have everything, Fatsy, but the Switch does not have online multiplayer gaming. So for that, I will have to put it back. Granted, I mean, I never like to use the argument of like low frames per second when it comes to the Switch, because Nintendo in general, I feel like that barely became a problem like now, like within the past 2 years. But the Nintendo Switch, regardless of games working at 30 frames per second, had some really amazing games. I think Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is a fantastic game that would probably put this console in S tier, just it being like point blank period. Like I said, if we're just looking at like just the overall like retention rate of a console, then yeah, I think the Switch absolutely belongs in the top 4 spot. You know what I'm saying? Like I would never dog shit on the Nintendo Switch over frames, because the IPs on the Nintendo Switch absolutely fucking hold it, dude. I've always said this. Sony and Microsoft will go head to head for as long as they can, and Nintendo will always pave its own way, right? Now, as we get like further into like as we get further into like the generation, I do think the Nintendo Switch 2 is a little behind when it comes to like specs and stuff. But I still wouldn't hold it. Like I said, I still wouldn't hold it. I'm not gonna rank the Switch 2 here today, because the Switch 2 still needs a lot of work. The same as the Xbox Series X needs a lot of work still. The PlayStation 5, I mean the exclusives in general for the PlayStation 5. Actually, you know what? Let me look up a games list for PlayStation 5, because it actually might be lower. Or I like where it's at. But I just need to get a final look on this. Okay. It says, see, here's my issue. It says Ghost of Tsushima is a PlayStation exclusive, but it's actually not. It came out for the PlayStation 4, so I'm not going to count it. But we do have exclusives for PlayStation. We have Stellar Blade, Marvel's Spider-Man 2 for the PlayStation 5. Demon Souls Remake was for the PlayStation 5. Forbidden West, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. Death Stranding 2 is Death Stranding 2 is a PlayStation 5 exclusive? Am I reading that right? I don't think that's right. Ghost of Yotei just came out. It's fantastic. God of War Ragnarok is a PlayStation 5 exclusive. We're not counting PC. I understand PC has these games, but it's a console tier list. God of War Ragnarok, Last of Us, they did the remakes. I won't count them. Rise of the Ronin, was that PlayStation exclusive as well? It's correct. Death Stranding 2 is a PS5 exclusive. Wow, Backward Reaper. Shit. It's also saying that Phantom Blade Zero is a PS5 exclusive. I mean, shit, that's why I have it as a high A. I mean, Ghost of Yotei and Ragnarok in general are just games that you would buy a PlayStation 5 for. Now that we have Death Stranding 2, I mean, Marvel Spider-Man 2, I mean, shit, dude, like, these are what we call like launch potential games, right? Got to keep it real. That Game Boy Advance, I'm putting ahead of 64 easily. Crazy catalog. Backward Reaper, I completely agree. And listen, I do understand what Coffin is saying, what Coffin was saying earlier. Coffin was saying that, you know, the Xbox One could play games like Red Dead Redemption 2, obviously like Halo Infinite, and, you know, Cyberpunk. I get it. I get that that Xbox One can play those games. But if we just look at that console releasing in its time frame, it absolutely lost to the PlayStation 4. And that's just facts. I have the handhelds up here really high is because the handhelds just went crazy. There were times where I was on my Game Boy Advanced more than I was on my N64 or even my PlayStation sometimes. Like the handheld in general was just an untapped market that Nintendo completely ran. Nobody else was making handhelds to compete with them. Let alone they have their own IPs on there. I mean, Game Boy Advance, just speaking about Game Boy Advance in general, is like Advance Wars, Fire Emblem, Legend of Zelda. I'm missing a ton of them. Just no. If it were up to me, the Nintendo 2DS would probably. I'd put the Switch OLED here because the OLED, the bigger screen and all that is great. You know, let me just rush through this just so you guys can get an idea of what I'm saying. I can't speak on the Steam Deck, but I'd imagine the Steam Deck would be like probably like around here, maybe even higher. I'd put the Steam Deck in an A. I'd probably put it above the Wii. I'd probably put it above PlayStation 3 actually. This is just me going off a whim. Game Boy Advance SP would absolutely, I mean, it's gonna be high up there. What else? The Nintendo DS, I would probably put like a low A. That boy was a fucking brick, but it had some pretty fucking amazing narrative games and was super innovative, and the stylus was something that changed the game entirely. I would put the new 3DS XL probably behind the, I'll probably put it above the Steam Deck, personally. The 3DS XL was absolutely fantastic. Keep in mind, this is just me. Okay, this whole tier list is going out the door. I'm going to show you what I think. I think the Nintendo 3DS XL, like I said, for its time, was an amazing console. I mean, the 3DS XL was pretty awesome. The sales numbers will tell you that. I think the 2DS XL was the better version. I'd put that in S tier, probably behind. No, I'd probably put it above all of these consoles. Even though the Nintendo 2DS XL did not sell very well, I'd put it behind the Game Boy SP. Atari 2600 top 3 is the originator. I mean, shit, you know what, Coffin? I'll give you that one, gang. Since I was trying to get at you before, I was just trying to say, you know what? Since Coffin is the only one here who could actually speak on the Atari 2600, and he says it's what would you rank the Atari 2600, Coffin? And I will give that to you a freebie. Where is it at? Where the fuck is that thing? We have Atari 7800, gang. Yo, where the fuck is this Atari at, dude? I can leave my room right and go find mine. Are you serious, Spite? It's by the Atari Lynx. Okay, this is Atari Pong, Mattel, Atari. Oh, right here, Atari 2600. Not gonna lie, I want to see Game Boy Advance and DS Catalog side by side, see how well it stacks up. DS can be in my S tier. The reason being, it was the first game system for the house. So, okay, Coffin, so what would you rank it? I'll give this one to you. Dead ass. Because I don't think any of us are young enough to speak on the Atari 2600. But I mean, but like, since we're top 3 in S, all right. No, let's just put it right there in front, dude. How about that? Does that look good? It's S. Let's put it right there in front for all the homies, okay? The first to ever do it, chat. The Atari 2600. I would say the Game Boy Advance games hit different. The 2DS XL was really nice. The double screen was really cool. But the Game Boy SP was actually pretty goated. I respect the OGs, but I don't have any real experience with them. Yeah. Way back in the 90s. Like I said, I respect the OGs. I'll put the Atari 2600 up there. I can't speak on it. I never played it. I didn't know what it was. I could imagine it was pretty fucking mind-blowing to play an interactive game on your freaking telly, dude. You know what I'm saying? What the telly? The Switch Lite is actually really cool. I really like the Switch Lite. I'd probably put it in A, above the Nintendo 3DS XL. I also have a very soft spot for the Xbox Series S right here. The reason why I have a soft spot for this console is because it made it made next gen console gaming affordable for the demographic who couldn't afford games at the time. The Series S was a cheaper version of the X, and this is one of the decisions I feel like Phil Spencer made that was a really great decision, and I absolutely love it. I would probably put it like right here behind the Series X, only because there was a time where and this is very recently too, like probably within the past, it was this console generation. I didn't have enough money to buy Series X, but you know what? I had just enough money to buy a Series S. I was paying bills. I was struggling. I was hustling. I was in school. I was doing my thing. I wanted to play new gen games with my homies. And, I only had enough for a Series S. And I think that spoke a lot. It is a choice for the demographic that doesn't have a lot of money. And the Series S was the gateway to next gen gaming at a fraction of the price. I mean, this bad boy is like $299. I know a lot of Mexican kids probably got this for Christmas and we're like super excited about it because it was the cheapest gateway to next gen console gaming. So that's pretty awesome. The PlayStation Vita is absolutely goated. I would probably put the Vita behind the Steam Deck, but you know what? It actually didn't get really well received. So I'm going to put it behind the NES, in front of the Genesis, in front of the DS. The only reason I put the DS so low is because the DS's lifespan constantly evolved to like a bunch of other shit. I mean, 3DS XL, all that good shit. What do you mean? The PS Vita? Wait, really? What? What are you talking about? Tay, get at me. Pong was the originator of burn-in on TV. Yeah, no, PS Vita was like, it wasn't that well received. You know what? Okay, I let my modding brain get that in me. It'd probably be like a high B. Yeah, no, probably be like right there. Probably right there. I would say it has recently gained a lot of traction. The modding community loves the PS Vita. I digress. Yo, Antron, we're actually finishing up. I'm just playing around now. But we did a video game console tier list. The Nintendo 3DS is probably, I want to say, this is the Nintendo new 3DS. I want to say low S. I'd probably go low S. Nah, I'll put it right here. I think the XL is better. Game Boy Color S tier or FU. It already is right here. Nintendo Game Boy Color. Listen, a lot of people trip out about seeing the Game Boy Color here. But like I said, man, Pokemon had one of the biggest generational runs with the Game Boy Color. It wasn't even funny. That's when Pokemon pretty much took over the world. Was with Pokemon Red, Pokemon Blue, Shantae games. Mega Man games. Legend of Zelda, Link's Awakening, DX. The Game Boy Color catalog's pretty fucking awesome. Heart Gold. Pokemon Gold, Pokemon Silver, Pokemon Crystal with Suicune. Game Boy Color is it's just one of those. It's just one of those things where it's like if you lived it, you're like, holy shit, Pokemon's crazy. Okay, the 2DS Door Stopper. That's a D, bro. Okay, I think I'm done here though. I think we had enough fun. The PlayStation 4 Pro. Shit. I guess I would just do that and just take that out. But it doesn't really matter because I'm not doing bros. Did I miss anything? The Wii Mini? No thanks. The PSP, the Sony PSP, actually pretty big. I would probably put it behind the Nintendo Wii. It was generational. It was awesome, but it was also dog shit. Didn't have a lot of games for it. Most of the games were fucking terrible. But it was still a pretty decent. It was still a pretty decent console. Let's see your knowledge on what? Too many smells tier. Wait, too many smells tier? I don't like Dookie smells. Yo, Huntron, you love smelling straight like straight ass, huh? Yo, Huntron, do you smell ass on like a 24-hour basis? Too many smells tier. I digress. This tier list kind of went crazy. I was mostly just having fun, just have fun. We can obviously do this again with more people, but I think that this was fun nonetheless. Most of this is like we pretty much high key agree on everything for the most part. I did change a couple things, but it was nothing crazy. But other than that, man, I'll let you guys go. Listen, this has been fun. This has been a Tuesday tier list. I will say, I'll be honest with you. I did not have a Tuesday tier list planned. We were going to do pizza toppings, but that just didn't work out. Okay, I wanted to do pizza toppings so bad, but some of the tier lists are absolute dog shit. Like if you go to the categories for some of these tier lists, it's actually crazy. 2DS XL and S, what are you smoking? Crack? The 2DS XL is an amazing. I just put it there for personal reason. That 2DS XL is great. Bummer time. 94. Okay? Okay, chat. You want to know something crazy? Let's do this one real quick, dude. Yo, just for fun, I'm going to do this as fast as I can, dude. Yo, they don't have any anime character tier lists. Let's do this, okay. Master Roshi, S tier. That's the GOAT. Jiraiya Sensei, that's the GOAT. I don't know who the fuck that is. Killua, I mean, A. Aura crazy, but I mean, he's alright, you know? Luffy, I mean, it's going to be I don't know. Luffy as a character is like pretty awesome. I'd give him S. Okay, Frieza, the GOAT. Shit, who else we got here? Ace, I mean, fuck, the GOAT. I mean, Goldie Roger's son. Come on, stop. Yo, Bardock, I mean, the GOAT. I mean, stop, bro. What else? Piccolo, I mean, Dad of the Year, GOAT. Above Bardock. What else we got? Naruto. Actually, I would put Naruto probably like A with Killua. Naruto, you know, Talk No Jutsu got real old. I'd probably put Naruto B, bro. Okay, yo, Michael Jackson. I'm gonna put him like C, bro. Majin Vegeta. That's the GOAT. That's the GOAT, probably behind Frieza. Goku. Kind of. I put Goku in S. He's the main character for the sake of being the main character. Sasuke, kind of annoying. I'd probably put him A, if anything. I think he's a more layered character than Naruto. His brother died. Yeah, he went the opposite course. Roronoa Zoro. I'd probably put Roronoa. I put him in S. What else? One Punch Man. I go double S. Very interesting. Very new. Very cool. Deku is a fucking dog shit, bro. I hate that fool. Chrono Jutsu. Rengoku also like, I mean, a B. Naruto B, you're drunk? No, I'm just keeping it a stack, bro. Trafalgar Law. I mean, I guess over right here. What else we got? Gojo. I mean, solid shit, dude. What else? Gon. I'd put S up there just with the rest of them. Light Yagami. Chat, I'm just rage baiting at this point. Yo, where the fuck is Light at? Light Yagami. Kind of a bitch too, though. I ain't gonna lie. I'll put Light A. He made it interesting for sure. The Google Stadia is crazy, bro. I'm waiting for someone on TikTok to come in and be like, dude, you're smoking fucking crack. Kakashi Sensei, dude. Like right here. Kakashi was the GOAT. Nah, I Goku before Luffy. What the fuck? Actually, I put Kakashi before Luffy too. The Oya, Rengoku. Sui said Rengoku. Okay, where's Rengoku at? Did I miss Rengoku? I feel like I just saw him. Zoro. I put Zoro in A, Sui. Sui loves Zoro. Yo, the homie right here, though. Oh my god, bro. SS. I don't even know his name. But I have watched Vinland Saga. Nezuko? Oh, you don't think you want to know where I'll put Nezuko, dude. Ooh, L? Yo, LSS. I'll put L right there. I'll put L right here. Yo, you don't want to know where I'm putting this fool. Like, probably like here. Yo, Reiner? Okay, I probably put Reiner in like... I put Reiner in B. Where's solo leveling? I don't even know, bruh. I'm just talking shit at this point. I'm just waiting for someone to come in and be like, yo, this fool right here? Remember you told Baki how to have sex? That was crazy, yo. For that, he's going in SS. I liked him. He had a lot of depth to his villainess. I'd probably put him right there. Decav's laughing. Remember that fool freaking listened to his son have boom boom, dude? He was like high-key proud of him. Yo, where's Denji at, dude? Yo, Yuji Itadori. Also, Yuji, like, kind of whatever, bro. I don't know. Nezuko. Sui, where do you want me to put Nezuko? Sui probably wants to put Nezuko pretty high. I would say Dennis isn't on this casual ass list. Yeah, where is Denji, bruh? I would put Denji high, bro. He's probably the most relatable character in anime right now. Like no bullshit. Dog shit. Oh my god. I mean, Eren Yeager. I mean, he could be pretty layered. I'd put Eren Yeager like before Kakashi. I put him right here. Yo, Sakura, dude, the GOAT. Nah, I mean, there we go. Yo, the GOAT, though? Hell yeah, dude. Are you on Red Sec? Are you guys really playing Red Sec? I don't even know who the fuck half of these people are. I probably put him here. Yo, super layered character here. Probably put him behind Light. No Don. No Black Lagoon. No Space Dandy. No Fully Cooley. Yeah, you're right. No, you're not wrong, Bummer Time. Is absolutely lacking. Ooh, hella layered. Possible GOAT status. I'd go SS. No Gundam Wing characters? Yo, dude. Quite possibly one of the best openers of all time, dude. Who else? Who else am I? Yo, I haven't watched Dr. Stone chat. Is Dr. Stone like pretty fucking legit? Yo, Boruto, dude, dog water, bro. I wonder if maybe Dr. Stone. Oh, Shanks goated, bro. Actually, I don't know. There's some stuff coming out about Shanks. He might not be as goated as we thought. I'm gonna put him behind One Punch Man. Is it free to play? Yeah, it is free to play. Ooh, goated right here. Okay. Just before Aaron. He went to Epstein Island. Who did? One Punch Man did? Or Shanks did? Oh, I hate this fool, dude. This fool is high-key annoying too, but I'll put him in C. Yeah, I guess here. I mean, bro, just another shonen schlop. Bro, I'm fucking kidding, bro. But for real, though. Yo, Yamcha goated, bro. No cap. Yamcha goated, bro. Ain't he the god of Titans? Who? Beast Titan? No, he's not. I don't even know his name. Yamcha. Hell yeah, right there. Sui says, oh my god, are you serious? Yo, Baki though, when he Baki when he cracked, bro. SS, dude. Yo, how this fool's dad just listening outside the door while he's cracked, dude. Baki goated for sure. I don't know if he says. I'd probably put Baki behind One Punch. Though I know Baki got levels to him that I may not understand. He cracked and he cracked skulls. I mean, I'm just saying. I don't want people coming into this thinking I'm serious. I'm just talking shit. Yo, Levi, highly overglazed. Okay? It's a D tier character. Zenitsu, kind of annoying. But I'll put him above these guys. He's actually really fun and cool to watch, right? Megumi? Is that Megumi? Is that his name? I got his name right. Megumi, I would say behind Law. Yo, why is this is the craziest list I've ever seen. I'm not serious with this list. I'm not serious. I'm just fucking around. I'm fucking around to see who comes in and is like, dude, you are smoking straight crack, which I probably am. I'm just having fun because I'm probably going to end it soon, but I'm just trying to see like if there's actually any Apex Legends, bro. Okay, you guys want to see me do an Apex Legends tier list? Okay. Do art tier. We can do characters. Let's do characters. Okay. Let's do a characters tier list real quick. All Italian brain rot animals TikTok meme. Okay, what the fuck is a Glorbo, dude? All SS, all triple beer and alcohol, all triple S. Heck no, dude. Where's beer and alcohol at? I'll keep it a stack with the beer and alcohol, but it's all subjective in the end. Dude, I've seen some... Dude, okay, listen. Chat, check this out. I've seen some crazy... Okay, if you go to new tier lists up here, watch, I'll show you. Dudes, there be some fucking shady people on this list. Look, these are all the new tier lists, bro, right? So look, pretty normal, right? I mean, we got like a Pokemon tier list, pretty normal. There's some weird ones, bro. Like crack tier lists. Are they going to show up? There was one I saw where it was like Sentai. Where was the one I saw, dude? Where it was like characters that I would like sleep with. And it was crazy. Yeah, let's not click that. Fetish tier list? Jesus. Actually, now that Bummer Time's here, I have to make this bozo a mod. Right up. Stay in here, Cuddy. I never know who the hell he is because there's like 8 other bummers. Wait, I think he already is a mod. No, he's not. Am I gay test is crazy. Should I take it? Should I take the am I gay test? No, because it's an ad. Look at this one, bro. Should we do this one? X and S, dude. This is where the weirdo shit starts coming out, dude. Like, who would you smash? And it's like Genshin characters. I swear to God, dude. Why is the am I gay test coming up? The waifu tier list. Like, dude, don't ask questions you don't want the answers to. Listen, I've seen some crazy, crazy ones on here. Like, it was like, who would you sleep with tier list? And it was like all young, like characters, like young anime characters. I'm like, yo, that shit's crazy, bro. There's some real issues out there in the world. The ad is the test, lol. I mean, Fatsy, I'll take that shit, gang. Yo, beer and alcohol, dude? Nah, let's not do that. Oh, should we do comics? Oh, let's do this one, bro. Okay, I'll do this one real quick and I'll call it. Okay. Okay, here we go. Sekiro Shadows Die Twice is a S tier. Elden Ring is an S tier behind Sekiro. Demon Souls is like a B. It's just easily beaten. Dark Souls is an S. Bloodborne is a S, probably behind Elden Ring. Cody's gonna say something. Bummer Times to say something stupid right now. You'd even beat him, dog. Let me see. Dark Souls Remastered, I guess. Doesn't really matter. Dark Souls 2, I would say, is like a B. Dark Souls 3 is an A. Demon Souls, I really liked. I'd probably put S for Demon Souls. And then Dark Souls 2 here. Spite the Face said cartoons. Okay, we can do cartoons. Max, you've been looking up if you're gay or not. I mean, listen. I think everyone's a little gay. You ever cheese Demon of Hatred? Yeah. Listen, chat. I'll keep it a stack. If you cheese Demon of Hatred on Sekiro, then you didn't beat that game. Like, let's just be honest. Okay, where is the cartoon ones? You guys don't want to see my JoJo list. You'll probably call it dog shit. Yo, I could have sworn there. Oh, dude, cartoon list. I'll do that quick. Watch. Here we go. Some of these I could just do really, really fucking fast. Oh, Cartoon Network Showdown right here. Okay, here we go. Dexter's Laboratory is going to be a solid legendary. Ed, Edd n Eddy is a solid legendary. Behind Dexter, Courage the Cowardly Dog, I would probably put before Ed, Edd n Eddy. Crazy, but you know what? It is what it is. Billy and Mandy. Behind Ed, Edd n Eddy. Johnny Bravo, I'd put awesome. Powerpuff Girls is a solid S. I want to say behind Dexter's Laboratory. Time Squad is a solid low S. I actually enjoyed Time Squad more than I enjoyed Billy and Mandy, if I keep it a stack. But I know that's probably not the popular vote, so I'll go here. Codename Kid Next Door. I would put that in between both of them. Whatever Happened to Bot John is a certified SS. I'll probably put that after Johnny Bravo. I Am Weasel. Okay, this isn't a big enough list. If they didn't want me to make himself jump off a cliff, they should have coded it better. Hey, listen. They had to put that in there because some people just couldn't beat him. You know? Nah, this isn't the right Cartoon Network list. I want like major cartoon programming. Oh my God, Dexter's Laboratory S, dude. Powerpuff Girls S, dude. Ed, Edd n Eddy S. Courage above Ed, Edd n Eddy. Time Squad, like I said, right there behind it. Shit. Cow and Chicken, Johnny Bravo above it, dude. Samurai Jack, solid S, dude. Okay. What else we got? Victor and Valentino, hell yeah, Mexicans representation, solid A. I would put S, but I feel like that's asking too much. Doug is a solid S above Dex. I'd put Doug after. What else we got? We have Kablam. Kablam is a solid S above Dexter. No, Dexter's Laboratory is still one of the best to ever do it. Yo, My Life as a Teenage Robot. I'm gonna put that behind Powerpuff Girls. I want to put it before, but you know what? Samurai Jack over that. I'm gonna do what else we got? Jimmy Neutron. Wasn't a big fan. I'll probably say B. That's crazy, I know, but it's just me. We Bare Bears is gonna be a solid S. Sui loves that. I love it. What else? Chowder, dude. Chowder is gonna be a solid S. I want to put it behind. Yeah, I'd probably put it before Time Squad, behind Ed, Edd n Eddy. Yo, this Ninja Turtles show right here is actually crazy. It is pushing the animation beyond Western animation, and it is high key like Sakuga freaking eye candy. I'm gonna put it above Chowder. What else? Danny Phantom. This is a banger, bro. I'm gonna put it above Chowder, behind Turtle. Actually, I'll put it before Turtles. Great show. What else? Cat Dog, dude. Cat Dog is gonna go right behind Johnny Bravo. Actually, no. I'm gonna put Victor and Valentina behind. Then we're gonna go. This is Overload. Hey Arnold is gonna go in front. Oh, Hey Arnold's gonna go in front of Dexter's Laboratory. Okay, I'm done. I'm having brain fart and I'm going crazy, and I think I'm just wasting time here. Yeah, Goose says yes. Yo, it's Gucci Goose. Yeah, I mean, I'm just doing a quick cartoon on. Yo, All Real Monsters probably gonna go behind Courage the Cowardly Dog and behind Ed, Edd n Eddy. I'm actually good at that. Rocko's Modern Life is a banger. It's going before Courage and in front of Ed, Edd n Eddy. I'm showing my age here, but I don't care. Gumball is absolute banger. It's going above Chowder. Actually, I would probably put Gumball like. I put it behind Kurt. No, I put it above Rocco's, I think. What else? Oh my God, Mighty B was good too. Okay, I'm done. Listen, chat, if you're still here, what are you doing here? If not, don't trip. We're done here though. I'm gonna go chill out. This, like I said, I didn't plan the tier list today, but I just thought I'd have some fun and do a console tier list, and it actually turned into something that was Rocket Power. That's where Sway Lee got his build. Yo, why does Rocket Power actually remind me of? That's crazy. Yeah, Rocket Power does remind me of like Sway Lee. That's really weird. But anyways, I'm out of here, man. This has been a very impromptu Tuesday stream. I came late. Didn't have any Tuesday tier list planned at all. Reboot was slept on show. Yo, Reboot, Spy. Yo, yes. I know exactly what you're talking about. Reboot was actually goated. Over the Garden Wall is going to be S tier behind Dexter's Laboratory. If you guys have not watched Over the Garden Wall, it's amazing. SpongeBob SquarePants is going to go S tier. Probably behind Doug. I could do this all night, dude. And I would actually have like I would tell you why. Rocket Power right here, dude. Rocket Power would probably go, I want to say before Doug. Doug is a classic, but Rocket Power was just a really good show. Okay, I'm done for real. I can keep doing this all night. You guys be easy, man. I'm Audi 5000, dude. All right, man. Have a good one. I'm going to smoke and play Stray. Oh, dude, nice. You're going to smoke and play a cat game? Yo, Stray's actually really, really fun. But yeah, man, y'all be easy, man. I'm out of here. If I listen to any more jazz music in the background, I'm probably going to jump out my window. So see you guys later. Peace.